Hello, brothers. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are, brothers. It's International Passport here again for yet another classic live stream. I guarantee you it will be a classic. I want to say a huge thank you to Theo and Tony for the intel they gave me yesterday's live stream. I rewatched that classic intel. Brothers, you will be successful if you follow these brothers' advice. They've lived it, they've been through it, and they're here to pass on that knowledge to brothers like us. Um, First and foremost, I want to say a huge shout out to my old subscribers. Welcome aboard the International Passport Movement. You are greatly welcome. And shout out to my old subscribers for supporting the channel over the years. And of course, a huge thank you to Theo and Tony for taking the time out again and again to drop classic intel for you brothers. Now, before I go any further, I've got a couple cash apps. Appreciate the support already, brothers. Shout out to Crazy Cat for the £2.57 cash app. He says, thank you for letting me on your channel. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated, bro. You contributed well yesterday. Shout out to Michael Contave for the £11 1 pence cash app. He says supporting the hard work for all the free intel. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. So, in this live stream, we're going to talk about how to actually seal the deal with Japanese women and take things a little bit further. So, brothers, what do we mean by this? What I'm referring to here is that when you establish that you like each other, how do you escalate things further physically, mentally, emotionally, maybe spiritually, and maybe towards marriage or long-term relationship? There's certain things you must do, like we do in the West, to take things a little bit further. With Japanese women, it's different. So thank you for Theo and Tony for taking the time out to break down what you need to do. This will be another long live stream. Everything you need will be in this live stream. But without further ado, Theo and Tony, can you please introduce yourselves to the panel, what you do, who you are, and we'll go on from there, brothers, starting with Tony Berry.
Yes. Good afternoon, brothers. Good evening here on the West Coast, and good morning over in UK. I'm Tony Berry, man. I'm a software engineer. I've been married to a Japanese woman for the last 14 years. Dated a lot of Japanese women, man. Lived in Japan 11 years. Go back and forth as many times as I can get back. Speak Japanese fluently. So I would say I know the country like the back of my hand, man. And I'm really honored to have Theo up here, who's one of the first brothers I ever met that knows Japan, more than I do or just as much as I do. Either way, I've never met a brother like Theo, and I'm happy to be up here with him. And thanks, IP, for bringing me on.
Thank you, Mr. Tony Berry. Thank you for taking the time out to join this channel, bro. Much appreciated, brother. Go on, Theo. You're on mute.
Maybe that was my best chorus I ever said. Thanks for having me on here. My name is Theo Waff. I've traveled all over the world. I lived 12 and a half years in Japan as an adult, 4 years as a child. I'm very much into the culture. And, of course, the women, dated them. I was married also in Japan. I had my own company in Japan. I didn't meet that many brothers who actually were married in Japan, but the ones who were there long term. They were not going to leave, and they didn't even want to go back to America even for like a little vacation. So it's good that I met Tony. Again, has some really great intel. I like that he has a family. It's good. It's kind of inspiring for myself as well, because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So that's where we are. I'm AWS cloud security architect. So I do cloud architecture, things like that. So like Tony makes the software, and then I figure out how to route it. That's how pretty much the way it works.
Yeah.
I secure it if necessary.
Thank you very much, Theo and Tony, for that incredible introduction. Brothers, can we please hit the like button and, of course, support the channel for the cash app and the super chats? It will be greatly appreciated. So, in this live stream, like I mentioned, we'll be discussing how to take things further and seal the deal with Japanese women to actually make her yours. Now, Theo and Tony, how about we break this down by region? Because I know for a fact that women in Tokyo are different from women in Hokkaido or women in Sapporo, women in Osaka. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, we are in Tokyo. We meet a cute Japanese chick. We like each other. We're going out on dates. How do I escalate things in terms of me going in for the first kiss physically, smashing, eventually, and then we'll start from that area there. First kiss, touching, making her yours. This is my territory. I put the flag down. No one can have her. Speak on that, brothers. If I'm very clear on that issue, Tony and Theo. Starting with Theo.
Okay, so the first thing you need to look for is the look. And if she gives you the look, this is a skill level. You need, like, Japanese women will look you in the eye, and they kind of have like this feminine, passive yet kind of active way of looking at you. And if you have the look, it's pretty easy from there. You just have to make sure you're not a jerk. And at that point, you're kind of just reading her body language. So let's make it easy. Let's talk first date, because there's a lot of stages in here. Okay. So in order to get her to the first date, what you need to do is just say, like, hey, like, there's this place over in this station that I like going to. You want to go with me? And if she really likes you, she'll say, yeah, of course. And you make it a time to agree to meet her. It's usually going to be in front of a station. Ikimai. It's always going to be in front of some station. It's going to be public. Don't think of any other place. It's not going to happen, because everybody uses the station. And so you meet her, and then you talk and make some small talk, and you go to where you have dinner at, or the meal. During the week, you can definitely text each other, and I recommend that at least once per day. You don't have to play this like alpha game with her. You can just talk, and she'll usually be down just to listen to you. And then, for the most part, if she really likes you, she's going to be amazed that she actually got to talk to a foreigner, and that a foreigner is actually interested in her.
Yeah, I agree with Theo 100%, especially about the station thing. And here's the thing: you got to be positive, you got to be upbeat when you're trying to get with her too. You can't be the kind of guy that you can't have any doubt on your face. You can't have any doubt in your body language. It's like, hey, can you meet me over here at the store? Or no, actually, I never asked them. I just say, meet me over here in front of such and such a station at this time. All right. And then they'll say, okay, what day? I say, yeah, let's meet next Tuesday or Wednesday. And it's great. You meet over there, you go out, you may you're going to end up at the station, you're going to end up talking for like longer than you need to talk, right? Because you're trying to, get her idea on where you think is a good place to eat, because she may know a good place to eat too. And you want to get them into a station where it's what we call a Nordikai, which means it's a transfer station, because they may be going home to another little station, but the big station is where they transfer at. They like that because they like to meet at a place where they know they could just jump back on the train and head on home. They don't have to worry about that. They don't want to be out of the way. You never take them out of the way. And like Theo said, meet them in a public place first. There's tons of restaurants, tons of cafes, tons of places to eat that's within maybe even right there at the station that you can take them to and start talking.
That's entirely correct. And one of the things to make sure you do correct, guys, make sure you get the exit, like Deguchi. Make sure you get the exit correct, the gate correct. So if you go, especially if a Norikai, which is a transfer station, that might have easily 8 to 20 gates. Yeah, exits. It's hard to. I guess say Gucci. I'm so used to saying Gucci. So you need to understand which one it is to direct her to the right one, or else she's going to be really frustrated and texting you at some point, like, "Where are you? I don't know where you are." And if she can't see you, because you're like the only black guy, right? So she's going to be able to see you from a long distance away.
She's going to see you first.
If she can't see you, then you've done something kind of wrong. So you need to arrange that. You need to say, like, it's going to be at this station, and I'll be in front of like certain set of gates, and you have no problem.
Like if you go to Shibuya, you just say, hey, meet me at Hachiko. Everybody in their brother in Japan knows where Hachiko is, from Hokkaido to Okinawa. They know where Hachiko is, that statue of the dog Hachiko, right? But if you go to Shinjuku, east is different from west, totally different. If you say you want to go like I like to take them to like the east exit, because I can just roll down the Isetan department store and go in the basement and just start walking around choosing food. That's always a good place to hang out. There's a lot of restaurants over there too. So, or you can go west, which is a lot more, it's a bigger, kind of like thoroughfare going through that western area. But the east is so cool because you got the big jumbo screen. So you just have to know your station. You have to do your intel, and then they will know. Trust me, they will find out where you at.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Go ahead.
Fantastic, brothers. Shout out to Conrad Grant for the £2.20 cash app. He says, IP, another fire stream. Thank you, Conrad Grant. Much appreciated, bro. And shout out to Conrad Grant again for the $5 super chat. He says, good evening, IP, Tony, and
Thanks,
Theo.
bro.
Good.
This another back-to-back classic. It's going to be fire. Yes, indeed, brother. Thank you so much. Shout out to Dimitri Clark for the $5 super chat. He says, senior network engineer here. Good to see brothers in IT. Yes, shout out to my brothers in IT.
Good.
Wonderful to hear brothers
Yes.
making that money. So, okay, thank you very much, Tony and Theo, for establishing that you need to be masculine in sending updates. Meet me here, meet me there, and that's it. That tells you that you are a man of making decisions very quickly. You're straightforward, blah, blah, blah. So that's fantastic, brothers. That's a masculine frame right there. So you meet her in Shibuya, right? You go to a nice cafe, you speak for an hour, get to know her. Everyone leaves the cafe or people are still there. You're out of topics to speak about. You're very close to each other. There's some sort of, connection there. She's giving you the look, like Theo said, the cute puppy, feminine look, looking straight at you. At that moment there, Theo, do you look away and look at her, look away, look at her? Do you start getting nervous, or do you actually maintain that masculine frame and look her straight in the eye? Just look at her, and what goes on from there afterwards, Theo? Speak on that, bro.
Hey, you straight out look her in the eye, and it's very hard to look away. She's going to be so beautiful.
Yeah.
That she I call her eye candy. It's very hard to look away. You're going to be solely focused on her. And not only that, like one thing I like about Japanese women is that, particularly on that first date, they don't wear anything low or revealing. So it's really just their hair and their eyes and their mouth. That's it. So it's really easy to concentrate just on her. And you make a lot of jokes. You have some fun. I had a lot of dates like that. So like my first date would be like at Tully's. One of the biggest Starbucks in the world is in Shibuya.
Yep.
And it's in
right
Hachiko.
there at the crosswalk. Yep.
Yeah, the crosswalk. So you can go there. It'll be crowded. I don't know why you could if you really wanted to. I would suggest like going there and then taking her to an izakaya afterwards, and actually having dinner, or at some bar or someplace that has food, and she could actually sit there, drink, and then sit there and talk. And that's it. Your hands are going to be to yourself when you go to the next place, but you can sit and talk. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of time too, what will happen is that, like Theo was saying, you want to keep your hands to yourself, but you always want to maintain that look. I mean, that worked for me so many times because I'm staring at them like a hawk, right? And they're looking down, looking around. They're shy. They're like, "Oh, I'm so haskashi. I'm so shy. You're looking at me all the time," and you don't look at them to make them uncomfortable. You're just alert. You're just enthusiastic is what I'm looking for about the date. They can tell that you're into them. They can tell that you want to know about them. A lot of times what I've seen happen in this on the first date is they'll be the ones to make that move. This is what will happen. It depends, man. They'll be the one to be like, oh, they'll like wipe something off your leg, or they'll put their hand on your shoulder or something, or you got something on your lip or whatever case, on your face or whatever the case may be. They'll be the one, and then you can now grab their hand and they don't mind it. You smell it, or you smell good or whatever. You used to say little things like that, but for the most part, you just have to be really relaxed and don't be aggressive, but just be a man. That's really all they want, to be sitting in front of a man, because they're checking everything. And they're checking for brothers.
So Tony, on that note there, right?
Yeah.
We find out when women make the first move, is that a bad thing? Isn't that a masculine trait? And shouldn't we be aware of women that make the first move? Because that's a masculine trait, in my opinion. So could that be a danger Japanese woman, Tony? Speak on that, brothers.
No.
I'm a bit wary of women making the first move. I like to make the first move, look in the eye, initiate things. But if she wants to initiate things, I'm a bit wary about that, brothers.
No, it's different in Japan, brother. It's Asia-wide. It's different. Like I told you yesterday, when an Asian gives you a compliment, that's something serious. That's serious. Keep in mind, the West will talk a lot, but they don't mean a lot of things that they say. When the words come out of a Japanese woman's mouth, they mean what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they mean what they do. And they mean well, and their intentions are well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's entirely correct. And I want to say, making the first move is something that Ukrainian and Russian women do as well.
Okay.
They will, if they see that you have value and that they can get you, they'll go straight for you. And it's not like these aren't CC writers. These are women who actually want to have a family. And they recognize that if they make themselves more than enough aware, available to you, they're trying to seal the deal as well, because they don't want to be dating endless forever. If they can get married and they see you as like marriage material, they're going to make sure you're not going away anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they know that if they're not with you, then you'll be with somebody else. That's the level of competitions. If they're not with you, you're gonna be with somebody else. Trust me, the next woman is waiting right there in the restaurant for you.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, brothers. Now, moving on to that timeline, you're in izakaya. There's a good vibe. You're looking at each other straight in the eye. She's looking away, looks at you because she's nervous. Who goes? Okay, will she then want to initiate the kiss with you? Will she lean forward towards you, or is that the man's job? Or do you put your hands on her thighs, make sure that there's some sort of, I don't know how, speak on that, bro. So I'm not sure how you initiate from a date to kissing, to being physical.
They won't.
You need to get her to the park. Get her to the park. Don't do it in a public area.
Yeah. No.
You need some privacy. So she's not gonna kiss you in public like that because there's too many people. She's not gonna be like, no way. But get her, like I always did, a park, and I was in Kichijoji or in Yoyogi area. Yoyogi just has a huge parks. So get her over there. Yeah, and then she'll sit there and talk and say like, you get some like coffee, and then say like, hey, I just want to sit down and drink some coffee with you. And she'll be like, fine, or get some tea. That's always in the convenience store.
Yeah, like, the vending machines got a lot of
the vending machines. So you just get that, sit there and talk and giggle and like have some fun. And then basically, if she's calm, you just go straight for the kiss.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. And if she doesn't want you to kiss her, then she'll like, oh no, she may say no because she's shy, or when they say no, then that's when you like, okay, let me just back off for a second. It works too. It still works though, because you're back, okay, that's okay. And then you'll talk a little bit more, and then you reach in for it again, then it's on. So it's just that they gotta be ready. They gotta be ready.
I only had one girl say no to the kiss. Yeah. Every other girl, like, she was passive, neck was back, ready to go.
Yep. I've been saying the same boat. Yep.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. So it's not even, you're kind of thinking back on like a Western girl, and you're like, why was I even dealing with that?
Yeah. Yeah, wow. Why would you deal with it? Because Japanese girls, they're also curious. There's a lot of things going through their bodies. Yeah. They're curious. And the thing about them that they know they can't control. Once they get hot, they can't control themselves. And that's why they
get hot too.
Yeah. And they like, whoa, they may say no to you because they know that after that, they can't control themselves. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
They know, I better not go there,
Yeah, exactly. I would definitely agree with that. And you'll notice that when you kiss them, they have big flushes. Like their face will change, and they're like, don't touch them too much too quickly, because they're like, their body is like one big, I don't know, like bomb. It just what you're doing to them is flowing all the way through them. And they're kind of like, if they like you, they're in heaven.
Damn. Yeah. Yo, this is great intel, brothers. Brothers, what's happening with the likes? What's going on here? We've got over 60 people watching, but only 38 likes. Can we get the likes up, please, brothers? Or I'm going to have to pause the stream and start singing. And you don't want to hear me sing. I'm a pretty bad singer, so don't let me start singing. Can we please get the likes up? Okay. So shout out to Israel Davila for the $499 super
What's
chat.
up, brother Israel? What's up?
How tall do I need to be considering of marriage? He said he's 5'9". How tall is that?
He's good, brother. You're good. He's good. He's good.
You're
brother.
Thinking about this from the Western point of view.
Yes.
It's more like, how stable are you and how much cash flow do you have?
No, don't worry about ID.
Yeah,
you're good. You're good.
Yeah, you're good, Israel. You're fine. 5'9" is fine. You're still taller than most people there.
Yeah.
Fantastic, brother. Now, fantastic. So you're in a park, going for the kiss. She kisses you back. What happens next? Do you stop kissing? Then set up another date or take it back to your place? I don't know, but what's next, brother? After you finish kissing, what's the aftermath after you kiss?
The first time I kissed a girl in Japan like that, it was a 3-hour kiss. It wasn't something small.
Yes, yeah. I was going to say that. Yes, you kissed her for a long time.
You kissed her for a long time. This is very, very long. And I remember that kiss. That girl did not stop. She gave me more than I don't even know why I stopped kissing. I don't know. It was good Lord. I just okay, go. I'm getting memories. Oh my God.
No, he's right, man. He's right. It is. It turns into a long kiss, man. And I can remember that vividly because when I met my wife, it was like that, man. I wasn't expecting anything. I just picked her up, took her out on a date, drove around. I planned to have the route planned, and then I came back home to drop her off, man. And then, I was thinking, okay, goodbye. I told her, all right, girlfriend already. Next you know, man, she just reached over and starts kissing me. And we kissed for like 2 hours and so much to where her chin was red. I was like, whoa.
Yes.
But that happens a lot in Japan. That happened to me a lot in Japan. But I just remember that last video because that's a lot. Yes.
So I want to comment on that. I didn't even know I was going to kiss her. The first Japanese girl I kissed, I had no idea. I was thinking about all this serious stuff, and she was like 100% set on kissing me. I had no clue what was about to happen, and that's it. She just like reached over. She put her hand behind my head, and boom, the kiss happened. After that, every single girl I kissed, I knew what to do. I knew I was have to go straight for it. But like in the parks, I would say almost always the first kiss was at least an hour. It was it just kept on going and going and going.
How can you kiss for?
Again, that's
how can you kiss for an hour?
Bro.
What? How is that possible?
Because they're so feminine.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And when you kiss them too, you can't help it because you're looking at it like if you open your eyes while you kiss them, you see the side of their face, man. The skin looks so good. They smell good.
Oh God.
I got you, Theo. I got that memory right.
Yes.
And the hair and the
I can't remember it.
And you just
smell.
can't. And the smell, man. And you just like you can't even. It's
what kind of smell? Is it perfume? Is it just a natural Japanese female smell?
It's just a mix with this perfume, natural Japanese like smell. Because like I said, the DNA is so far. They smell good, man. The DNA is so far from black. Good. So the further away the DNA connect, the better they smell.
Yeah,
my wife smells good to me all the time.
they smell incredible. So you really can't stop kissing her. And then they kiss more and more, and they just make themselves even more available for it. And you can see that their body starts moving towards yours. And when that happens, you really can't get away from it. And you look, sometimes I'd open my eyes, and you would just see this beautiful Japanese woman face. And she would be like totally in love kissing you. And just how feminine she was, you're like, I cannot stop kissing you. It is impossible. You are totally hot. And that's it. So when I did this, Tony will come back on this in a second. When I did this, I wasn't even thinking about like going for her thighs or her lips. For her hips or anything like that. What I would do, there it is. What I would do really is just really, really kiss her. And then I learned to just slowly touch her spine. And I would just go very slow on the spine and give it small touches while I was giving very firm kisses. And the women, every time I did this, the woman, she was definitely there for the next date. I never had a rejection. I never had, never. No.
Damn.
It was really good.
Hold that thought, brothers.
Yeah.
Shout out to Israel Davila for the $499 super chat. He says, is $100K and over a good salary to be financially stable, bare minimum?
Yes. Yeah. So I would say that is the minimum. You
can
do it for for $80,000. You could do it if you're living on the countryside, but you really need to have $100,000. I found out about the $100,000 requirement when I was 25. I had $100,000 the last month that I was 28, and that's right before I got married. So you can do it,
brothers. I'll carry on. Go on, Tony.
Hey, I was gonna have my little one say something to the crowd, man, for a minute. Say what you got to say.
Hi, brothers. Get your passport.
Hey, what's up, little man? Get your passport too, brother. Get your passport too. That's meet you, little man. Tony, Tony, you're teaching him well, man. You're teaching him well. But that made
Yeah,
my
man,
day.
I got him hooked up. Man. I just wanted to get up here and say that. Hey, brothers, get your passports.
Hey, Tony, don't forget also. Remember, Tony, are they checking for brothers? Teaching that as well. Are they checking for brothers?
I did teach him that. He was kind of nervous, and I told him to say that, but my wife was like, "Okay, I don't want him on video." I said, "Okay, I won't put him on video." But I had to get him to say that, man. To get your passports.
Hey, that's a brother. That's a brother right there, man.
Check the brothers part.
Oh God, that was good.
Man. That was amazing. All right, so carrying on the stream, brothers. So okay, kissing is great, long-term kiss. Now, what happens next? Do you establish if you want it to be a casual relationship or actual long-term relationship where only you are together, or do you establish on the ground where I'm dating different Japanese women and you're just one of them, or do you establish that one-on-one relationships going forward, or and I don't know, how does it work in Japan? Do you start speaking about how you want your relationship to work and what you want to do?
Do you want to answer? I had a policy with this. Do you want to answer?
Yeah. You don't talk about like other things when you're in the heat of the moment with that. You don't bring up any other subject, no other person for sure. You're just mostly into them at the moment. That will be established along the way. You can't. In other words, you can't establish that. Okay, you're mine from date one. That doesn't happen in Japan. You're going to go through your experiences with them. Then you're going to grow. In Japan, you kind of grow to like a person. You don't just start off date one and thinking you're just going to be committed to that person.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd have to somewhat agree with that. So you need to have a few dates first and to kind of see how things are. Now, the big thing that I would also say, guys, listen, is do not try to smash her in the beginning. Like, really don't. They have a very hardcore three date do not smash rule. Don't try for it. Don't have your hands wandering. Make sure that you're a good kisser and that you know how to give her soft touches. You want to make her body shake. As long as you're doing that, you're giving her like good conversation, and your guys are going out to places, and you're like kind of hugging, maybe holding hands a little bit sometimes. That kind of stuff, you want to make sure that's solid. And then at some point, like what I said to most of the girls that I was serious about, I would say to them, I said, I don't want you to date anybody else. I'm your only man.
Yep.
And then she would say, okay, that was it.
Yeah.
That was official.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Mm-hmm.
Was that on the second date, Theo? On the third date? Because basically, Theo, right? The reason why I like establishing things on the first date is that if I find out a woman I'm dating, is dating different men as well before we establish that we are solely a couple, she's out there kissing other men. She might be smashing other men. And I don't want to catch anything else from those other guys, man. So I need to make sure that the woman I see first and foremost, if the date goes well, I'm telling her straight, I like you. I would prefer if you were just dating me at the moment. I like establishing that first, Tony, because if you're kissing other guys as well and I'm kissing you, that makes me feel sick, bro. I ain't doing that nonsense, bro. Speaking of that, Tony,
that doesn't happen in Japan because first of all, and I gotta keep saying this up here, and Theo knows what I'm talking about. You gotta understand when you're dating a Japanese girl, they don't have a ton of men coming at them. It's because there's so much competition over there. Like I said, like when the girls go to the clubs, they have a 0.025 chance of meeting a foreigner in that club, right? A lot of them go to the club. They may want to meet somebody from another country, but a lot of times, I'd say 99% of the time, they're going home alone without meeting anybody because there's so much competition. It's just like you don't even have to worry about that. You don't have to establish nothing on the first date, second date. You don't even establish something for the 15th date because nobody else is going to be going up after them because they got too many people. They got too many women over there.
Yeah, this is actually somewhat correct. I'd have to agree with it. So my background, I would probably want something to be more known or concrete. So that's why I would go for securing the deal. That's just my personality. But they weren't really dating lots of guys, and they definitely were not sleeping with lots of guys. What you hear in the United States or the Western world with women and their sexuality would make most Japanese women puke.
Yep.
And they would be like, what kind of woman are you? And it's part of the reason why when I see Western women alone, dateless, and without any attention in Japan, I just laugh and I say, you deserve it because of how you act.
Yeah, and you can tell
So-
when they want to sleep with you too, because they're gonna say, like, after you take them out too, they're gonna be like, "Hey, so can I come over your place? I want to cook for you, or I want to know how you cook." When that I want to come over your place, that's the smash night. That's usually the first smash, and then after that, it's open season after that.
Thanks for that,
Yeah,
brothers.
that's pretty true. Yeah.
Shout out to Sean
Yeah.
Camp for the £11 1 cash app, bro. Thank you both for cash apping that donation, much appreciated, brother. Shout out to Thomas Demihin for the £1.79 super chat. What's up, brother? How you keeping? He says after 3 dates is a home run. Hashtag Team Asia. Yeah, it's looking at Team Asia indeed. Thank you, Thomas. Shout out to Yamba Bar for the $10 super chat. He says, any advice on casually dating several women at the same time when you're not quite ready to be serious with anyone yet? What are the do's and don'ts? Yeah, good question. Speak on that, both Tony and Phil. I personally wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't be running plates like we do here in the West. You could do like say for the first 2 or 3 dates, you could be dating multiple women, but by the 3rd or 4th date, basically, you need to make a decision, and you need to make it a wrap. You do not want to have multiple plates coming in, and not only that, one woman is going to definitely go after you, and you need to make a decision, because she's going to be like, okay, a Japanese woman will take all your time. And you won't need to have like I say in the West, like you need to have 2 women or 3 women in order to fulfill all your needs. One Japanese woman will do it.
We'll feel it. Yep.
It's like she's all encompassing.
Yeah, and if you tell them, like when I first met my wife, I had a girlfriend from Japan who was in Japan at the time. And I said, look, I got a girlfriend. Like I said, at the start, we were just going to be English buddies. And then I got the kiss, the 3-hour kiss. I'm like, oh. And then I started dating her. Like, oh. And then I realized, oh, she's the one. So then, but I wouldn't normally have done that in Japan. Normally what I would do is, like Theo said, I would set the stage, like about 3rd or 4th date if I'm really into her. I would never date like 5 or 6 women at the same time. I mean, those kind of women, they're not dates. Those are going to the club, you meet, you smash, you go into the next one. That's not really a date. That's like a one-night stand. I've had a lot of those. And then the next day I'm like, okay, well, let me go somewhere else. But if you were actually taking them out to eat, that's considered a date. And that's when it's a little bit more further along than everybody expected it to be.
Thank you, brothers.
Yeah, and you're gonna do real dating. I'm gonna comment on this. You're not gonna be like Netflix and chill. You're like, what the hell is Netflix? That's not gonna happen. You don't even think about going to your place and like, well, let's just hang out or something. That's not going to happen. You need to go to a place and date, and then the second one, the place, you're going to go to a place and date. You might take her to a park and make out afterwards. That's fine.
Yeah.
The 3rd date, you're going to go take her to a place and date. As this is going to continue, you're going to be spending money on this, and you're going to be paying 100% of it.
Yeah.
And you're going to keep on going. But I just want to make this point clear to you guys. This woman is going to be so worth it that you're not even going to think about the cash. You'll be in heaven. It's actually heaven. Like, I think of all my dates in Japan, I don't even remember the money. I just remember her.
Yeah, it's money well spent, brothers. It's like you're not wasting your time. Western women, they have a lot of question marks. You take them out. They're looking for how much you could get for them. What can you do for me? Right? And then when you get out the date, they give you a hug. All right, I got to go. And then they're calling Charlie on the line when they get home, right? For something else to hook up with. So you don't know. Those women, you got to worry about when they're going to sleep with somebody else, because they will. They don't care.
Japanese women aren't going to be doing that. She's like, when you go home, especially after that first date, she's going to be wondering, like, okay, 100%, is he going home alone? I hope to God there's no other woman there, because she's not going home to anybody at all. She's going home to her cat or her stuffed animal. That's it. And she's going to go to her, like, what's called like a rokujo. Like, it's a really small room. And that's it. She's going to live her normal life. and she's gonna be waiting for your telephone call or your text.
Yeah.
Yo, brothers, this is some government level intel. Shout out to these brothers, man. Honestly, you brothers are legends. Shout out to Jay Bones for the $2 super chat. Tony's son is definitely Team Latina. Proud of him. No, he's not. He's got a Japanese mother. He's got a Japanese
No, he's having
skewed
fun.
father.
He's having fun. He's having fun,
He's
brother.
having-
Jay Phones. Jay Phones.
We
is
love you,
having
Jay.
fun.
We love you, brother.
We love you, Jay Phones. We know you're a team Japanese woman. Okay, we're gonna recruit you properly.
Shout out to King of Kitsune for the $5 super chat. He says, "What would happen if I approached him and said, 'Stay with me, Miki Matsubara style'?" And I must be a Japanese singer. She'd be like, "Why are you simping?" Oh man,
Yeah, why?
Yeah, you don't have to do that in Japan, brothers. You don't have to do that. You just have to let them know what's going on, man. That's it. I mean, and don't show any worries. Don't be jealous or nothing. If they say they can't meet you, don't worry about it. It's something to do with work. Trust me, or their family. If a Japanese woman says she can't show up, it's either because of family or work. That's it. There's no other thing. She ain't gonna not show up because of a girlfriend. Trust me, she'll kick that girlfriend to the side.
And she's not going to show up because she's with another guy either.
No,
it's going to be sincere. There's going to be some reason. 9 times out of 10 is because of work.
Yep.
Yeah, that's legit. So don't worry about it.
Thanks.
And they're gonna apologize 1,000 times if they can't show up too, because they know you could be with the next one down the street.
Brothers, can we get the likes up? You know, again, over 70 people watching, less than 70 likes. Can we get it proportionate, please? And of course, feel free to hit the Cash App and the Super Chat to support this powerful movement that is saving brothers' lives. This kind of intel you won't find anywhere else, brothers. Shout out to the King DJ 17 for the 2,000 yen Super Chat. How are you doing, the King DJ, bro? Reach out to me on IG. I messaged you a couple months ago. You haven't got back to me yet, bro. So hoping you're well, bro, and safe, bro. He says, it's a pandemic happening in America. Women are tripping. First thing they look for is how much money you make and where you can get them. Whether it's Japan or not, get your passport and free yourself from the stress. There you go, bro.
Yes. Yep.
There you go. Yeah. You got no choice, man. UK, Canada, America, get your passport, brothers. You know. Okay, so on to the next stage now, brothers. You're kissing, you know, dates are going well. Don't smash within the first 3 dates. Fantastic. So on the 4th date, that will be at your place or her place where you cook food, and then preferably, preferably, and then is that when you start smashing? Like when you just like start kissing in the kitchen, whatever, take it to the bedroom. I don't know what goes on, but speak on that, brother Tony and Theo.
So the actual date coming over to your place may not be on the 4th. There might be an extended amount of dates afterwards, and she needs to kind of see who you are. You're seeing who each other are. If anything, the kissing is going to get more passionate, hotter, and the interaction between you two is going to get hotter. I mean, I did crazy stuff in parks. Unbelievable. That's where I got a lot of my best kissing lessons was in the park.
Yeah.
So there'll be some event that happens whereby she will invite you over to her place, or she'll make an excuse to go to your place. So you just got to wait for the event, and it's going to be natural, and you just say, sure. And then you bring something over. I would say bring a dessert.
Yep.
Bring something that's kind of like chocolate, something nice, maybe some flowers. It's not simping. She'll just be happy that you were thinking about her.
Thought of her. Yep.
Yeah. And then while you're there, don't put any pressure on her. Be very chill and just let things happen.
Yes, exactly. Just chill. Even at your place too. When you invite her over to your place, like my thing was, because I had a nice condo in Seattle, man, with a beautiful view. This is before I met my wife. But so what I would do, man, is I would always make sure I had my wine. I had wine in the refrigerator. I would always have 2 bottles of wine out and 2 bottles in the refrigerator ready, because I didn't know if she liked chilled wine or warm wine, right? Get them over. I'm always cooking for them. I'm always going to cook for them. So I cook some nice dinner for them, because always dinner time. Dinner time is best. When they come in your house first, dinner time is best. Cook for them, have a conversation, have my jazz going in the background. They love music. They love jazz. hip hop is a little bit too bouncy. It doesn't make them relax, but jazz or classical will just chill them out right off the bat. And the smell, you always got to have your place smelling nice. No cheap incense, no cheap candle. Get some organic stuff or some like what they call that stuff you put inside the thing and it smells to the air. Just make sure your place is very pleasant. Yeah. You not the incense.
Afromizer.
Yeah, aromatizer.
Afromizers like that. Aromatizer, yeah.
Yes, you get that, and you just chill, man. Just have a good time, and like Theo said, it'll happen naturally, man. It'll happen naturally.
Yeah, it'll happen very naturally. Do not put any pressure on her whatsoever. Do not even have a plan of smashing her.
No.
Like, you're just kind of, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It has to be under that context. And basically, if she's really into you, she's like giving you plenty of signals. You just kind of follow her. And if it happens, oh yeah, she had planned that out.
Yeah, and most of the time they planned it out. That's what they because they're very good planners. So if they're going to come to your place or have you over there, it's planned. So then, because they'll come, the signal will be, oh hey, can I take a shower? They're taking a shower in your place. That's a wrap. Or they'll be like, or they already took a shower because they're going to make sure they're clean. That's the thing about these women. They're very clean, man. They are very clean. They're not like a Western girl where she's going to take a dump and then have diarrhea and then come out and expect you to hit it. It ain't going. That doesn't work with Japanese girls, man. No.
Jeez.
Hey, Western girls do that? Are you serious?
What the flip?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never like no.
They've been watching too many movies. They like that. They say, "Oh, look, he's passionate. It's passionate." No, it ain't passionate.
Man.
It's dirty.
No, that's nasty.
Japanese women are clean. They are very clean.
Yep.
Yeah. They take a shower every time before. Unless you
baths.
They're always clean.
Yeah, because if you go to their house, and after a while, after the first few times going to their home, then they're gonna want to take a bath with you. They love baths. So right before you get in the bath, you soak down. You don't get, you shower off, and then you soak in that nice hot bath with them.
So you can bath, you can shower with them, bath with them, and that.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you get it. And Theo knows it because I know. Look at his face.
There's
nothing better than a Japanese girl getting out of a bathtub, man, with the skin all silky and the smell, and it's like, and the hair when they dry their hair and the. You're done, man. Goodness. Brothers, you are done. You are so done.
Oh my goodness.
I've never talked about this with anyone. I can't believe I'm on YouTube talking about this. Yeah, no, this is entirely correct. They definitely like taking baths with you. And I was always wondering, like, what are you doing? But she totally likes it, and she'll sit there in ofuro. It's called ofuro. And she'll sit in there with you and just sit there and talk about her life and stuff. Yeah. And you're just holding her, and it's nothing even sexual. It's sensual, but not sexual.
Yes.
And it's just one of her fun things. You're just like, you have no problems being naked all the time. How the heck?
Yeah.
And she doesn't. She doesn't at all. Nope. And she'll want to chill out with you. And that's what you do. Like sometimes I would wash her hair or wash her back. Give her a little massage, and then she would just play around and giggle. That was it. I mean, I had some of my best conversations with them.
In the bathtub, in the ofuro. Yes, me too. The same. The best conversations are even the day, even married to my wife. The ofuro is the best conversations, man, because they're so relaxed. Because that's their nature. They love the ofuro, the onsens. Oh, brothers, you got to go to Japan and take them to an onsen. Oh, you will be filling out paperwork. You'll be filling out paperwork, brothers. And I want to say one more thing on this too. I'm sorry, I know you got the super chat coming in, but here's the thing, and this is why you only date one at a time, because you can have the best experience you ever had with one, however way it goes. If you end up breaking up or whatever, you will never forget those experiences because they're so beautiful, they're so genuine, is what it is.
Thanks for that, brothers. Shout out to brother Dre for the £14.69 cash app. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated for the support. Brothers, hit the cash app, hit the super chats to support the channel. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if you guys are trolling, but how do I have over 95 viewers watching live and only 75 likes? What's going on there, brothers? Please don't do this to me, brothers. It's 2:30 a.m. over here in the UK. I'm giving you intel that only the top level of government institutions would know, and then you're not hitting the like button. You're getting this free intel. You won't get anywhere else. Name me anywhere else you get intel like this, where we got two brothers who have over 20 years experience in Japan telling you how to deal with Japanese women, how to seal the deal with them and take things further. What's going on, brothers? Can we please get the likes up? If we don't get the likes up, I will pause the live stream and I will start singing some Kanye West song.
Or some Amy Winehouse. You should be stronger than me.
and brothers know that I can't sing. So get the likes up, brothers. I'm waiting. Can we get it to at least 90 likes? Because we got over 95 people watching. I don't know what's going on here. What is going on here? So while we wait for the likes to go up, brothers, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat. Support the channel, support these messages, support the powerful movement. This movement right here, brothers, is saving a lot of brothers' lives worldwide. We got brothers who have reached out to me international. I met another brother in flipping Ukraine and in Sweden that we both watch your channel. What are the odds in actually meeting someone that actually finds your channel and you both watch it and you meet each other randomly in a different country? You're in you're in the same dorms. Do you know how rare that is? That tells you this movement is growing, brothers, and I need your support, brothers.
Hey, I want to say something, man. I just see you got the live chat coming in from Israel Davila. I know he's not of the black skin, but he is a brother, man. I want to just give a special shout out to all my Mexican American brothers out there, man, because these brothers don't get enough rep. They don't get enough respect that they need. But so Israel, whenever you're in Japan, if I'm there, man, you're more than welcome to kick it with me, brother. I'll always look forward to that too. Any brothers, but I just wanted to throw that special shout out to Israel, man, because he's up here dedicated with us.
Yeah, they like Mexicans. Yeah.
Yep. So.
Yeah, they like Mexicans.
Yes, they do, brother. Yes, the Mexican machismo, brother.
Oh, definitely like you. Yeah.
Shout out to Israel Davila for the $4.99 super chat. He says, "Get the lights up, y'all. This is the best education in Japan. More interesting than Harvard University." Shout out to Israel. That's hilarious, bro. Shout out to Israel Davila for the $4.99 super chat. Shout out, right, brothers. Hold on, brothers. Shout out to the legendary Mr. Frank Harris, who has been supporting the channel for as long as I can remember now. He's Cash App, £14.69. Thank you, Frank Harris. Much appreciated, brother. Shout out to Thomas Demihin for the £1.79 super chat. Japanese woman improved the soul. Latina sayonara. Bro, I'm team both. Half Japanese, half Latina. That's fine with me. If she's Japanese, if she's Latina, if she's feminine, that's also fine with me.
But is she checking for brothers?
Are they checking for brothers? No, that's what I want to know. Are they checking for brothers?
You should marquee that, IP. You should really marquee that, man. Your thing should be, are they checking for brothers?
Are they checking for brothers? The King DJ 17, you're in Fukuoka right now, calling brother. I want to know how the women in Fukuoka are treating you. Are they checking for brothers out there in Fukuoka? Let me know, brothers.
Fukuoka, hell yeah. Fukuoka? Hell yeah. Fukuoka, yes. Kyushu, yes.
Damn.
Whew.
I'm just like,
I was in Kyushu, man. Kyushu, yes.
I was like, if you're in Fukuoka right now, how are you able to be on YouTube? I'd be on the streets.
Yes, I'd be on the streets, but izakaya.
Yeah, I'd be like hunting a 24/7. I mean, you need to call in, bro, because you got amazing women there.
Oh,
Kyushu got amazing. Oh,
Nagasaki? Nagasaki.
That's fine, Theo, right? But are they checking for brothers, these amazing women in those areas?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely checking for brothers.
They are checking for brothers in Japan from the tip of Okinawa, Ishigaki Island, all the way up to Sakhalin, brother. That's part of Russia. They checking for brothers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's right. All of it. That's all. The entire area. They're definitely doing it. And something I just want to comment on one point that Tony said before we did the super chats. I didn't have one bad date in Japan the entire time I was there. No. Every date was good. Every date, like the relationship may not have happened, but at least I thought like she was an amazing girl, or that it was an amazing situation. And ultimately, like, let's say that she were pregnant the next morning with my kid, I could have seen a relationship going to marriage with her and being the father and actually doing it with her, because every one of them was so good. All of my worst dates where I wanted to throw to throw my brain cells away to remove it. Give me a lobotomy so I'll never know this woman existed. That was in the U.S.
Damn.
In the West, they're all horrible. I cannot believe how bad it is. And then the women
bad.
turn around and say that it's like we're being controlling and stuff. And I'm like, get where's my passport? That's it.
Yeah.
Where's my passport? I'm out. I'll never go through this again. It's so horrible.
Shout out to the brother Darius Harper for the $5 super chat. He says thoughts about online dating in Japan. Is it hard to keep a rotation in Japan? Please speak on that, brothers.
I can speak on the online dating, brothers, and we are going to do a stream on this. Okay, so I've never online dated myself, and I don't feel comfortable with it because I'm seeing a lot of brothers meet a lot of these females, but then they're not real or they're running scams. Like, I'm not saying out of Japan, but I'm just saying in general that it's a stock scam out there. I just reached out to the brother in Montreal about it. They come in, they get you to download an app, they get you to put money in there, and then they suck you dry. So what you need to do is, if you are going to get an online dating, this is what you need to do. If you are going to do online dating in Japan or anywhere, you need to get that woman to video conference with you. You need to see, not the phone, not the chat, not the this, not the that. Get him to do online video so you can see the person in all their glory online, and then actually meet them. Do not send them any money whatsoever. Do not send them nothing. Don't think you're establishing a relationship. There is no relationship just online. Get them in your way if you want to do that.
And Japanese women would never need money from you anyway in the first place.
No.
So if there's any money exchange going on, that would be weird. And Japanese women would naturally be shy anyway to be like this. So why they would be doing online like that makes no sense. That's not their nature. So if you see anything online like a letter site where you have to pay something in order to talk to a Japanese woman, that's a scam. That's a rap.
Yeah.
Do not even consider that. You're in problem. You're having problems.
Because Japan, they live on and Theo knows this, they live on what they call a giri system. And giri means, if I do something for you, you got to do something for me. And Japanese do not feel comfortable being obligated to have to owe somebody something. That's why they never want nothing from you. That's why you lose your wallet on the street and you can go to the Koban the next day and your wallet's there. They don't want that karma. They don't want that, if they find money, money belongs to somebody. That means somebody's going to come after me. Somebody's going to be looking for me because I took what was theirs. That is Japan. So the scams are run by like Eastern Europeans, it's sad to say, Russian or Chinese or even Korean. They run a lot of scams over there through Japan, using Japan as a face.
Thank you, brothers.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. Yeah. You guys got to admit that the Japanese women will not try to scam you. They're not going to try to run something over on you. For the most part, they're thinking about family. They're thinking about how to get a marriage, how to get a ring on her finger. That's really what her mission objective is with you. So don't be thinking in terms of a predatory, like you're being finessed or anything like that. That's Western. That's what Western women will do to you. A Japanese woman will not do that to you at all. In fact, even buying something like expensive, like she'll never ask. I mean, Tony, you might have some really good intel on this one. That's why I never talked about it. My wife never wanted anything expensive until like the 3rd or 4th year of marriage. And that's when she started asking for Coach bags. But before that, never. Like it was just basic. It was just really basic. It was like we were in high school all the time. Even though I was making $120,000 a year and she was making $30,000, it was never like that really big spending, nothing materialistic. So if you have a materialistic situation with a girl, that's a red flag. Don't even consider it.
Yeah, my wife's the same way. She would never. I mean, I remember. Yeah, we married like 5 or 6 years. She wanted something made from Coach because she told me earlier she likes Coach, but she's not obsessed with Coach. And I bought her something nice, but she's not the kind of woman that wake up every day and say, "Hey, I want this, I want that." That's not her. They're very simple, and that's what I want to throw out there about Japanese women, which is why I think they're the best wives and they're built to last. They're very simple. They're very easy to please. They don't need all this Hollywood crap. Come home like you see on a lot of these BW movies, flowers thrown all over the place, leading to the bathtub, and the man back hurting, but he coming home, got to deal with this to make her happy, rub her feet, and she been sitting home all day, but he being on the construction site all day. That does not happen. That is not needed in Japan because that is not real. That is just for entertainment.
No, you never do that. The most you would really have is like, okay, so she goes to Ofuro, and then she has nice towels after Ofuro, and then she sits down and she has sushi and with some
Yes.
sake. But the
Yes.
sushi and the sake would not be in the Fudo area.
No.
They would be separated. So when I see this in America, like with women talking about like a bathtub with like candles and all this stuff and alcohol and stuff there, I'm looking at it. I'm like, who the heck are you?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, this Japanese woman can out feminize you to death. Like, she's totally superior to who you are, and you want this? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
It's the
Passport.
thing is, if you guys ever seen that movie Mr. Baseball, to give you an example with Tom Selleck, who's I like Tom Selleck a lot. There's a scene in Mr. Baseball where the Japanese woman is coming into the bathtub, and with him, he's in the tub. She didn't get in there with him, but she got behind him, and she's just got a sponge. She's taking the water out of the sponge and rubbing his back down, and she's giving him little kisses. That is much better than this Hollywood BS that you see out there, because that is a sincere act of nature. It's the woman and a man interacting exactly like they should be interacting.
Thanks for that, brothers. So going on to the next super chat. Shout out to Michael S for the $5 super chat. Gentlemen, are there levels of dating Japanese women when it comes to their income? Also, IP, please add me to the FB group. Still pending. Regarding the FB group, sorry, brothers, I've not checked it recently. I'm so sorry. The pending list, I'll go through it today if I have time. If not, tomorrow. Sorry, brothers. But Tony Theo, answer that question, please.
It doesn't make a difference what type of income they make. They don't discuss income. They like you. They don't see BWs and American Western women for the most part. When they look at you, especially BWs, they look at they don't see the man. They see an income. They see a payment structure. They see what can it be for me. Japanese women don't look at you like that. They're interested in your personality. They're interested in how you feel about things. That is more what they're into. They know they can get any other thing that they want, but they're interested in you. So income doesn't make a difference over there.
Yeah, like I'm already learning this from again, I say the ABW, the BW or ABW, either one. When they do this in the West and I see this, I'm looking at them and I'm like, you have the least chance of being married of any other demographic in the West. Like, and you're talking this kind of stuff. Are you nuts? And you got the competition, like Japanese, pretty much all of Asia, but apparently the Japanese, they're not looking at you in terms of a paycheck at all. They assume that you're financially well off because you're maintaining frame.
Yeah.
So for the most part, you're going to have to be financially well off anyway to take them out on all the dates.
Yeah.
So things should be okay anyway. She's not going to ask you for like a vacation or anything like that. At the very most, it might be like, hey, let's go to hot springs, onsen. Let's go to onsen for the weekend or something like that. And that's going to be like at the most $1,000. Like that's including the Shinkansen, the pickup, the whole thing. Yeah.
$1,000?
It's not that at the most.
Damn.
At the most.
At the most. Okay. Damn. Okay. Yeah. I see.
Well, you have to have a Shinkansen. You have to take the Shinkansen, and you have to take a transfer, and then you have to go there, and then you have to you have to have a place to stay, to sleep, and then you have to food.
Onsen, yeah.
So that's the whole kabang. $1,000 is not that much at all for that.
No, and they're well worth it. Trust me, bro. They're so worth it, man.
Okay.
So worth
it. So the women don't cost that much at all, to be honest.
Thanks for that, brothers. Shout out to Andre C. Hatchett for the 1999 super chat. What's up, Andre? I've not seen your face here before, Andre. Welcome to the International Passport Movement.
I will introduce Andre. So we call him AC. AC is a part of the Manosphere. He's a fellow mixer with me and Kevin Samuel's group. That's how we know each other. Nice. We are friends on Facebook. So if there's an issue, I'll text him directly and talk with him. AC is a very good guy. He's his own successful guy. He's a high value man in America, and he's very successful. He deserves the best, and say that. Solid man, good guy.
Shout out to AC. Shout out to Andre C. Hatchett again. Thank you, bro, for the super chat.
Thanks,
Tony Theo has verified you, bro, and welcome to the movement, brother. Let me know how you found my channel. Was it through Theo? Was it a video you found, Andre? Write it down in the live stream chat. And also, Andre, reach out to me on IG, bro. I want to speak to you directly, bro. Welcome aboard the International Passport Movement, Andre. Shout out to Jay Bones for the $2 super chat. Attention, Facebook group poll. Team Latina up 60%. All right, I need to get this. I'm gonna get this stream. I'm gonna get this stream done ASAP, so we can end this conversation, so we can end this debate. So look out for the stream. I'm gonna post it probably in the next few days. It might be end of October, beginning of November, and I will start getting the panel members. So I know for a fact it'll be Tony, Theo, and Thomas on the Team Asian side versus J Bones and 2 other people on the Team Latina side. I will moderate that discussion, and then I'll be very fair, and we'll have a vote at the end of the stream as to who wins the whole thing, and we'll end this conversation. Shout out to J Bones for the super chat. What's up, bro?
I was going to say to J Bones, I enjoyed the conversation. Just so you know, I haven't even hit like even 10% of the awesome Thai women that I know about. Like I posted in the group, and so like I could do you. No matter what you do, Latinas, I've got atomic bombs with Thai, and then the Japanese after that. We've got gravature models,
Taiwanese
gravature models, the Taiwanese as well. They will blow you away. So keep on trying. At least your only good point is that I'm going to Brazil, so that I will be with Latina over Christmas. So okay, you get a consolation prize there, but that's about it.
And I'm happy. I know we got the Latina Team Asian thing going, but I'm actually happy that we took away the parameter of just staying in the matrix. Now it's great. You could go with whoever you want to go with. I could care less. I know I won already because I'm Team Asia. I've been married to an Asian for 14 years, so I'm already winning. But here's what I'm saying is, brothers, just get your passports, go wherever you want to go, but let's have fun with this Team Asia, Team Latina thing because, that's the way it is.
Okay, thanks for that, brothers. I have 3 more questions for you before I open up the live stream to everyone to call in. But hold on, brothers, let me go through these super chats. Shout out to Thomas Demihin for the £1.79 super chat. 007 always dates a Japanese woman. 007 knows best. Shout out to Thomas Demihin. That's hilarious. Shout out to London 158 for the $499 super chat. Blessings, brothers. Thanks for time and work you have put in. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated for the super chat. Bro. Someone said 1K is not a lot of money. 1K is a lot of money. Maybe if UK it is for us, but maybe for Americans, no, because you earn a lot more than UK people. So, okay.
No, I mean, think about it like this. Let's put it like from this point of view. If you were in London and you could go to Marseille for the weekend, for a 3-day weekend, and it included the entire trip under the tunnel, direct bullet train, TGV to Marseille, and you just got out, and then you were able to go to a countryside area. You got all your food, everything, and then you were to go back. And let's say it's not $1,000. Let's say it's 800 quid.
That's too much.
Would you
normally
consider
that would be what you just said, Theo. That would be maximum £400. That would not be £800 because it's very cheap to go to France here. Hotels are like
to
20
Marseille
euros a day. Yes, you can get the Eurostar train. Hotels are like 20 euros a day. Food is
but this will
okay.
be really good.
Maximum $500.
Really food.
Yeah, I'm talking about the world class. Yep.
Yeah.
My guy's throwing 1K on onsens, balling, yeah. But UK brothers, we gotta keep working hard here. Salary is low, taxes are high, so that's why it's high for us, brothers. So forgive us.
You have to leave the UK.
Yes, I'm telling you, IP, get to the world, get to the US, and make some bucks, brother.
Get out of the UK, man. You have to get out. Oh my God, you have got to get out of the UK. That's horrible.
We go through $1,000 like tater chips, man. $1,000 is like going through tater chips, brother.
Going for $1,000 in the UK, that's shocking. You just can't, because if anyone finds out you spend that in one day, they'll be like, "What? You know how much people get that every month? $1,000. People earn that every month. Wow. So how can you just spend that in one day?"
You need to avoid those people. Let's put it in perspective. So last week my net income was $24,000, and I spent it. It took me 3 days because I had restrictions on my card. What do you think? Yesterday, Friday, I got $7,000 in my income. It's already gone. So that's how fast. I mean, I just have this huge cash flow. I can keep on spending it. So I mean, I'm just like, well, I just so you know, there's also I put that in investments. I didn't just spend it all on Amazon. So you have to get out of the UK, man. You're in a place where you're just gonna die. Like, so think of it like you're gonna go to Japan. You're gonna get a proper visa, work visa, and then you're gonna actually become like a real man who makes real money in Japan, because the UK looks like they're just sucking your cash away with taxes. Don't even try it, man.
And what Theo is saying, brother, is you got to hang up like with everybody with high value males. That's why you hang out with the high value male network. You have to see the funds and get used to the funds, and then your vision of what money is will change. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like I said before, the UK wants you to just watch soccer or football and go Chelsea, go Crystal Palace, and drink your beers at the pubs, right? Because
Fish and
English
chips.
people don't know. Then here's your chips because they know that they're pretty much poor, right? You really in England, honestly, most of England is working class poor and or rich, mostly working class poor, right? So after what Theo said, once you get to the States, you start getting in the money, you start going to Japan. A Jibo will be called in the States. It's gonna be nothing to you. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, spend the Jibo, no problem.
Thanks for that, brothers.
Yeah.
Shout out to Israel
I
Davila
totally agree.
For the $499 super chat. He says, thank you, brothers, for the shout out. I legit love y'all. What's a better career for Japan, real estate appraiser or technology company solo? I think that'd be tech.
Tech,
easily.
brother. Go tech, Israel. Go tech, brother.
Tech, bro. Go tech.
Real estate appraisal. You're gonna be appraising real estate in Japan. That's not gonna happen. Forget that. No. Tech.
Shout out to Conrad Grant for the $2 super chat.
Up,
he says, shout out IP Tony Theo. This crazy high level intel. Yes, indeed, bro. Thank you for the support, brother. So my next question for you, brothers, is so this kissing thing, right? Are you worried about kissing these different Japanese women, and what if they have an STD or an STI? You know, do you ask questions like that before you kiss them, or because that's a bit worrying, right? Just kissing a random chick, you know, that you've met, you know, although her face looks clean. What if she has an STD or an STI and you're just kissing up on her for 3 hours? Are you worried about?
Bro. No, Japan, the STD is very low. In fact, unlike Japan, the West, they have a high rate of herpes and chlamydia and these types. I used to work at a clinic when I was a teenager in high school, and people would call from all over the U.S. Oh, I got gonorrhea, I got syphilis, I got this. But in Japan, you don't run into those STDs much at all. I mean, I knock on wood, I've never had any in my life, and I've never had to worry about that.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. I'm just thinking, like, when you said it, I'm like, oh, this isn't the Philippines. So, like, we don't have to worry about it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they wear a lot of condoms in Japan, too. They wear condoms all the time. It's a condom country.
Okay. So Japanese women will tell you before you smash, put the condom on.
Well, you're expected because you get used to it. You're expected to do that in Japan because these women they're not like BWs. They're not carrying before they're married. That ain't going to happen.
All right. Thanks for that, brothers. Next question is, right, so you're smashing the 4th date, 5th date, whatever. You pass the first 3 dates test. Now, say you really like this Japanese chick, right? How long should you date her for? How many years before you consider marrying her? And how do you even ask her to marry her? Is there a particular special ceremony? Do you have to say certain words? But how long should you actually wait until you actually marry this Japanese chick?
Do you want to do it? You did it 3 times. I did it once.
Yeah, it's really no special ceremony. Like, I mean, the Japanese, I've never had a wedding. I've never been involved in a wedding. Even though I keep telling my wife, hey, let's have a wedding. Let's have a wedding. We've been married 14 years. She's like, I don't need a wedding. You know, she said, what do I need that for? I've been married to you this long. I've seen people have weddings and they turn around and break up a year later or 2 years later.
How do you, so question is, how long should you date a Japanese woman for before considering marrying her, and how do you make your intentions clear that you want to marry this Japanese chick? So 2 questions there.
Yeah, it depends on the person that you're with. You could go like 6 months into the relationship. It took me, I'd say, over a year before I popped the question. I think it just depends on the person. It just depends on who you're with. Some people you might just hit it off right there and everything's just clicking. And they just start assuming, because keep in mind, the Japanese women, when you're dating them, especially if you're serious, the only end product for them is that you're going to get married. That's the difference. That they already assume that you're going to marry them.
They don't just date. They date with purpose. They date with
purpose. Exactly. They date with purpose. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. So basically, for me, I told my late wife that we could get married anytime that was like right at the end of the 3rd month of dating her. And I just looked her in the eye and said, anytime you want to get married, we'll get married. She's like, are you serious? And I said, yeah. You choose the day and the date. I'll be there.
That was my
And
first
so
two
she
cruise experience. Yeah.
and so she thought about it for about a month. We were still dating. She didn't talk about it, and then she said, "Well, what about March? I can start looking for a church." And I said, "Okay." You know, so that was in July. She started talking about location in August. And then the Japanese have like this, I don't know, it's something I don't like. They believe that a marrying on certain days will bring certain kind of luck to the marriage. Ugh.
Yep.
So there was a certain date that worked really well with the numbers and everything. So she said, "What about that date? We can get married at 4:30." That's when the church was available. So she said, "Okay." So that's how we got married.
It's really simple, guys. It's no big ceremony, no big take them to dinner and you
No.
got to drop on your knee and all this and all that, the other in Hollywood and flowers and mariachi singing and whatnot. It's not like that, guys. Like I said, these women are very simple. And like Theo said, when they're dating because they understand that it's going somewhere. They're dating for purpose. They date for purpose. They don't just date to sit up there and just date and okay, next, snap their fingers and expect a man to roll out of the tree. That's not how they do it.
No, they're not doing hypergamy either. So they're not looking for a richer guy. They're going to stay very much to you, close to you. And
Yes.
so I wouldn't just be dating them just to date. And then she says, "What about marriage?" And you're like, "Well, I wasn't thinking about marriage," because she might drop you right then and there. That'll be over. She'd be like,
She has to.
"If you're not thinking about," yeah, she has to. She doesn't have the time. So like, you have to have a date with intention. But I just want to say this to you guys. They are so feminine. They are so wonderful that you're going to be thinking about marriage with them.
Damn.
Like, I don't know how you could possibly get away with that.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be like, "Man, this plastic is ridiculous. I just want to go in normal." So, yeah,
exactly. Yep. Lambskin, is he better than lambskin? Just going normal.
No.
All right. I've got two more questions for you, brothers, but let me read these super chats real quick. Shout out to Tyler Hutchinson. Sorry, Tyler Hutchinson for the $499 super chat. A little off topic, but how would a few tattoos scare off Japanese women? I heard tattoos are almost taboo. As an athlete, it's not uncommon in the West. Speak on that, brothers.
Tattoos, no. A lot of Japanese girls don't do tattoos, man. That's a Western thing. They got the purple hair, the tattoos and crap on each feet, back, all this crap. Japanese girls don't want to mess their bodies up like that. A lot of them just don't do the tattoos.
But would they avoid a brother
they
like
don't do
Tyler if he had tattoos? Let's say Tyler's got like a long tattoo.
Oh, they don't. They won't avoid a brother with tattoos. No, they won't avoid you with tattoos. Because see, to them, you're a man. You're gonna do whatever you want to do. Because you're a man. That's how you roll. And they respect that as a woman. They respect, hey, that if you like to smoke cigarettes or you like to do this a certain way, smoke cigars, if they into you, they don't care what you do because you're the man.
And something, let me comment on that, what Tyler is saying. So we're friends on Facebook, and he definitely was playing college ball. And there is a professional sports league, a basketball sports league in Japan. So if you were like, say, I want to say this to you, Tyler, let's say you got a basic English teaching job, but then you were playing semi-pro basketball on the side in Japan, your status with the girls would be unbelievably high. I couldn't even believe like how many women you would get. They'd be lining up. So I just want to say that would be a very viable tactic for you for Japan.
Yeah. And that's not dating. That's just going out with different women. There's a difference, and people need to understand that in Japan. There's a difference between going out with females and dating them. That's totally different.
Speak on that difference, Tony, because for brothers who are inexperienced in the dating scene, what's the difference between going out and dating a Japanese woman?
So the difference there is like a lot of brothers like to go to the clubs because that's our MO. Hey, go club, you go dance, and you have a good time. You meet woman, you take woman home. That's that thing or the other. Or if you're a very popular brother with a lot of women like to be with you, they know that other women are looking for you, and you have not used the word date. You haven't said, "Hey, you're mine" out there. So there are those type of women that are curious and that will act a lot. They will go on your aggression. But then if you sit down and say, "Okay, well, take one of them on a date," that changes the game. Taking a woman on a date changes the game because now they feel like, okay, I got something serious going on here. It's a start. That's the difference.
Okay, thank you. Shout out to Yamba Bar for the $5 super chat. He says, what have some Japanese women you have dated in your past done to disqualify themselves from being your girlfriend and why? Good question. That's a nice question there,
Good
brother.
question, brother.
Mm.
I'll let Theo start with that one, man.
Go on, Theo.
Too freaky of a kisser.
Mm.
Like, she was just a little too erotic. Like, I've done some stuff before, but I was like, whoa.
Sorry,
like,
Theo.
how many
there's some
guys have you been
alarm.
with?
There's some alarm going on, Theo, in the background.
Sorry. So, yeah, too erotic of a kisser, too emotionally unstable. I did date a few of those. Too clingy girls. So, a girl that thought that I was amazing and she was offering to pay my hotel room. I was like, no, man. Like, I know the standard in Japan. Why are you doing this as quickly? I'm not going to deal with that. What others? A little psycho. A little, yeah. That girl had been in America for a while. I guess it got psycho from there. One of the best girl I ever dated before my wife. Like I say, she wanted other guys in the end, so it was just not going to work out between us. She was a good kisser. After my wife passed, I dated a few Japanese single mothers. I didn't like how they thought about the decision making regarding a relationship with them. They wanted their kids to be involved, and I was like, it has to be adult to adult first. I'm not going to deal with kids. And that's pretty much when the Japanese women died off. Not for me. I only dated non-Japanese from that. That's when Thai and Filipinas started.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with that. With my experience is they would be a little bit like I don't like been there, done that girls, and you'd find out later on that they've been there, done that, or you found out later on that they did something that they didn't tell you about, like they went out with Western dudes, or they blow up and make a mistake and say, oh yeah, I was in here, I did go to L.A., I did do that. Oh, what was this? Then you got to then you hung on that, like, okay, so tell me about that. What happened? You didn't tell me that before. So basically, you'll find out information that you did not have intel on or that you didn't know about.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah.
could also see that they're kind of fake. They're not as feminine, or they're not as genuine. I don't want to say feminine, but genuine. They're always feminine, but they're not as genuine as you were led to believe. So that's when I would say, oh, you know what? No, we cannot do this.
Yeah.
I still
I
can't.
guess.
No, I
Go on,
just want
Tony.
to say that the freaky kisser. I can't believe I didn't keep on going on with her. That I looked back because she was like 5'8", which is like
Oh
Godzilla in
yeah,
Japan.
I had a
But
5'9" in before. Yes,
she had
yes.
legs for days, and like her hair and how she acted. I did some of the craziest crap in the park with her.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of called it off. I just said this is not going to happen. If I had better frame, oh man, I know maybe she'd be here right now because she was worth it. But I don't know why. It just didn't work for me. I was 27. And I was just like, no, she was 22. Yeah, she's a university girl. Those girls were nuts. Anyway, keep on going.
The girl you did crazy things in the park with, was that in the daytime or in the nighttime? Yeah, the crazy thing.
Oh, it was the night.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
mostly
night,
night.
man.
Damn.
Oh my goodness, what I did with her. Oh.
What?
Anyway.
All right. Let's keep it PG. So on that note, right?
Yeah.
Brothers, please avoid dating Japanese women who have been to California, particularly LA. Personally, I avoid women who are from California, who have been or who have lived there for a long time. California is
Yes.
the devil's playground, no joke. A lot of
Yeah.
demonic
Yeah.
activity goes on there in California. Please don't date Californian women because I know,
Avoid any Japanese girl that's been living overseas for the
yeah,
most part, because you're going
yeah,
to run into some surprise that you just weren't aware of,
particularly
unless they
California.
were there. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
going on to my next question, Tony and Theo, I want to know how inquisitive Japanese women are towards foreigners
Ha!
and guys in general. Because let's take for example, right?
Mhm.
Would we be asking you before you're going for the first kiss, do you have an STD or an STI? Because I watch out for girls who don't answer questions when we're
Mhm.
dating. Women who just going for a kiss like that or want to smash quickly, but they don't want to know about the history of what you did in the past. Like, do you have an STD or an STI? That's a bit iffy there, brothers. Have you had that experience where a Japanese woman has asked you, do you have an STD or an STI? Or has she never asked you that question? That's a bit, no? So
No,
how
I've
how
never had that.
so,
No.
so what
No.
if someone had what if someone did have it? She could then catch it and pass on to other
So
people.
this is dirty Western hoe conversation.
Yes.
Like
Japanese women
we
got
don't.
class.
They got class. They would never have that in Japan.
No.
The only place we have to worry about it, I mean, honestly, is
Around the
if you're
bases.
out around the bases. Yep, and then also like Roppongi, where the girls are hunting foreigners.
Mhm.
At that point, then you need to be skeptical. But I think as we stated before, don't date women in Roppongi. Although they're good for practice for understanding
Yes.
some points,
Yeah.
you don't date them because they're the predator. You're the prey. You don't understand what's going
Exactly.
on. And then, of course, nothing with kabukicho at all. Don't even deal with that. I wouldn't date a woman around the base, like directly in like within like a 1 kilometer radius of a base, because those women understand the difference between a Navy and Marine.
Yeah.
Right?
And they know when the ship's
Yeah.
coming in too before they even come in.
They know.
Yep.
Yeah, like you don't want that. No, man. Nah.
And they're fast.
Like
and
some-
those are the women that you'll sleep with the first night. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
smash them
Like
first.
they know what the difference is, like an officer between a private, what the ranks are and things like that, because they're looking for that kind of guy, and they'll smash really quickly. So you just don't do it.
How inquisitive in general are they towards foreigner guys? Would they ask some weird questions for you and Tony? Because you're black, do you do this? Do you have that? You know, speak on it, brother. We need to know how inquisitive, what did you do in America? Have you dated
I'll answer this.
These girls? Break it down for us.
I'll answer.
Okay.
I will answer this. So I've had, because of American spicy videos, I've had more than one woman ask me if I like backdoor, and if I was going to try to do backdoor with her. And I would look at her like, no,
No.
backdoor. I'm being polite. This is
I know what it is. Yeah.
Okay, so I would say like, no, that's not what we normally do, and that's just a video, and I'm not into that. And she'd be like, really? I'm like, no. And then also she would say sometimes like, yeah, I've had this happen. Like, how big are you? Are you like huge? Am I gonna have to deal with like something massive with you? And I'm like, nah, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm not gonna.
Don't worry, it'll
there.
fit in.
Yeah, don't worry, fit in. I just so you know, like my wife, she never asked me that at all. She was gunning for me. She was making sure that I was enthralled with her, so she never asked me any kind of question like that at all.
Mine didn't either. And most of the time, if I can keep it PG as much as I can, when you're out with Japanese girls, is your first experience with the smash, it's not going to fit. And you're gonna have to do. It'll be ready. They'll be ready, but they'll be like, oh my goodness, because they're really gonna be surprised at the difference. You know, either if you're going out with one that's a virgin, or if you're going out with one that may have had like one or two guys, they're gonna be surprised.
You had that problem too? My God. Like, I didn't really talk about that with anyone. Like, that was totally my problem as well. And so I'd have to. Okay, we gotta keep it PG. Okay, so I'd always have to figure out a way to keep, to do it Limp Biscuit and then go the whole way afterwards, because it doesn't really. She's gonna have problems with, and she'd always say like, "I'm so small," and I'm like, "Let's don't worry about it. Keep on trying to figure it out." And you have to be a little creative, and then afterwards she gets used to it, and it's okay. But I'm telling you, man, this. Oh boy, here's small. Look at that. Look at the small parts there. Oh yeah.
All right, on to the next one now, brothers. Shout out to Neil Gotti for the $499 super chat. What's up, Neil Gotti? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Neil?
I met my wife at Salsa Club in Naha.
What?
My first weekend in Okinawa. Oh, okay. Lovely to hear that, brother. Great to hear, bro. Let's see. So I think you've answered my questions, Tony and Theo. So before I open up the phone lines, brothers, what else do these brothers need to know, Tony and Theo, to actually seal the deal with Japanese women and take it further? What did I miss that you can add on and expand on a lot more, both Tony and Theo?
Well,
I can say some point. Look, good. Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead, Theo. You good?
They keep them laughing. They love to laugh. They love jokes. They will remember everything. Don't lie to them, for the heaven's sakes. Do not keep secrets from them. Don't date another woman on the side. They'll find out, and it's over for you. And be sincere. Do not use any swear words with them. Do not keep a foul mouth at all. Although you can have some jokes, but nothing really bad. Do not always be referring to your country. Refer to her country.
Mhm.
It's Japan. You're in Japan. Deal with Japan. And I'd say one of those things, they live in their own world. And you need to recognize that world as a Japanese world, and you need to fit inside of that world. Her world is beautiful. I love, even my late wife, when I'm just kind of sad sometimes at night, I'll sit back and I'll go into her world for a while.
Mm.
And then I'll see things from her point of view. And then I'll come back out of it. It's like going into the Matrix for a while. You need to be aware of it and find it and integrate. And she'll really be into you, because then it's like you guys are like linked together, like an anime point of view. You guys have a linked interface, and you can understand each other perfectly. So that's some things I would say.
I agree with Theo on that. Another thing I want to add too is they don't care about your world yet. When you're in Japan, they're not interested in like you don't want to be bringing up these issues like the George Floyd thing and all this other stuff, the negative things that happen in your country. You got to always stay positive with them. They're all about positivity. They have enough pessimism, trust me, in Japan. There's always Japanese running around saying you can't do this, you can't do that. Enough. They've heard that enough in their families and in their friends. So you have to be the one, the jovial one, where they want to attach to you. They want to latch on to you. And you always, like Leo said, you got to be in their world, because you need to understand how they think. Because when you set in their world, you're not going to want to leave.
Damn. So you can't even speak to them about racism or experiencing discrimination.
Yeah.
You can't speak to them about that. They won't empathize with you as a wife or girlfriend. They don't care about that, brothers.
They will, but it takes time. Like my wife, we've been married 14 years, and to her, she just assumes that I know how she feels. So because sometimes we'll get into discussion, and I'll be like, "Well, you don't understand." She said, "How could you say I don't understand? And I've been here this long. I've seen what happens." It's only because we don't discuss it much, and I didn't know what she knew or what she was picking up from being. You go through those stages, and then after a while it gets smoother, because then you understand, oh yeah, she does know a lot about it. So basically what I'm getting at is, you don't have to throw it in their face. You don't have to talk about it. If they live in the United States, trust me, they will come across it and they will understand it more.
Yeah,
definitely say that. And they're really not going to be thinking that much about it. They're thinking about you. And you have to remember, like, she had no problems dating you. She didn't. No. For the most part, she would not have talked about race at all when she was dating you. In fact, you're really not even talking about countries.
No.
You're just talking about her and you. That's it. I mean, it's the most legit. It's like the kind of dating you always wanted on your block, but you never had it. You're like, why did I have to go to another country where we knew them? And I get what I'm supposed to have, what normal on my block.
Yep.
Oh, so don't even think about race. Don't even bring it up.
No.
Okay, thank you.
If anything,
brothers.
just say that our kids would be really cute. Like, can you imagine if we made kids, and they'll still be like, oh yeah, she's thinking like, yeah, your DNA, your accent with her DNA. Oh yeah, like a daughter. Like
you're done. It's done.
So I'm guessing that Naomi Osaka must be. I know she's very popular in Japan, but is she changing the perception of Japanese women and skewing them more towards brothers? Do they want to have a child like Naomi Osaka? I don't know what goes on there, but speak on that, brothers.
I like her as a tennis player. I mean, I don't think she's the best looking example of a Black and Japanese person, because she's not the most attractive to me.
Yeah.
But Japanese, can't understand. Japanese have been the way they've been since the end of World War II, about brothers, and it's just grown and grown. They don't need a Naomi Osaka to pop up or this, that. Even brothers can mess up and try to mess the image up with how they think about us. They won't change. They loved us from the beginning. The first time they set eyes on us, they've been in love with us, and it hasn't faded at all.
Yeah, entirely correct. I cannot disagree with that at all. That's 100% correct.
Thank you, brothers. So I'm going to open up the phone lines, brothers. If you have not liked this video, please hit the like button. Much appreciated. If you are a new viewer to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you press the notification bell to always, so you never miss a post, upload, a live stream from me. Again, brothers, please support the channel through the Cash App. Send through your donations in during the stream. It is much appreciated. If you cannot Cash App, please super chat to this channel. Like I said, Cash Apps are preferred because YouTube does take a 30% cut off all super chats. So please Cash App for the first instant. If you can't Cash App, please super chat. Both options are great for the channel. Please support what I'm doing. It's almost 3:30 a.m. here in the UK, and I'm here dropping you, brothers, a classic live stream every single day. So, brothers, again, if you're not part of the Facebook group, join the Facebook group. And high value males are within that Facebook group, such as Tony and Theo. You brothers also want to make sure you follow me on Twitter and send me a DM on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter. I'm using that more to push out the international passport movement. Last but not least, brothers, you want to make sure you follow me on IG and send me a DM as well. I may call you on IG. We can set up a phone call session. I speak to my subscribers and my viewers every day through IG, whether it's for a phone call or comments or a DM. Please follow me on IG and the other social media platforms to get in touch with me. Last but not least, brothers, here's a link to my Cash App if you want to support what I'm doing and support this powerful movement. Thank you, brothers. It is much appreciated. Thank you once again, Tony and Theo. Just valuable intel that's preparing brothers as to when the Japanese borders open, hopefully early next year. We can go in, we can fit in seamlessly. Hopefully, brothers have touched up on the Japanese, not wasting time. Learn hiragana, katakana, Japanese grammar, start speaking Japanese, get out there and meet these dying, beautiful Japanese women, bro. Brothers, Japanese women are just literally, in my opinion, top five, maybe even top three gorgeous women in the entire world. They're just beautiful. I'll admit it. As a brother myself, as a black man who has seen many different women in America, in the UK, these women here are top tier. The looks, the femininity, the makeup, and I love how they don't put on a lot of makeup. It's very light and it's not too much. It's not like Western
Yeah.
women where they paint their face with paintbrushes and look like absolute clowns. These
Yeah.
women out here are naturally beautiful, you know. And I don't know, they're just so gorgeous. And the great thing is, brothers, they love brothers. They're checking heavy for brothers. Theo and Tony have verified that. What more do you want? And we know for a fact that Japanese men and Japanese women have problems. We know the birth rate's going down. So this is an avenue for brothers to go in to Japan, meet Japanese women, make babies with them, so we can save Japanese society. So, do you want to be a part of that? Do you want to be a part of that movement, brothers? Head down there because eventually, let me tell you, Japan needs to open up its borders. They've got more old people than young people. They're not having babies there in Japan, so brothers need to go out there and save the society. And
Yep.
they love us, we love them. We're a perfect match.
Perfect. Trust me. Perfect match, brothers. And they're built to last too. That's like you seen that 55-year-old, my cousin-in-law, I put up on the group. She at 55, she's gorgeous, man. She still looks good. They're built to last, brothers. Built to last.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
to hold on, Theo. Shout out to Israel Davila for the £3.67 cash app. He says, for the information of a lifetime, peace and love. Thanks for that, Israel Davila. Much appreciated, bro. Go on, Theo.
AWS in Japanese.
Yes, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yes,
how you have to
brothers.
do it. This is
Do it.
what you want your cloud to be. You want your goal to be able to read something like this and to
Yep.
be in Japan and actually working. If you can do that, that's like $100,000.
Yep.
You're going to be
Right
at
there.
that level.
Yep.
Yeah. So definitely study it, guys. It's not hard to do.
No. Get into it heavy.
So, brothers, if you cannot call in, I've just dropped the StreamYard link. If you can't call in, you must cash up or super chat your questions. So there's 3 ways to actually get Tony and Theo to answer your questions. So call in. If not, cash up, super chat your questions. Tony and Theo will answer your questions. What's up, Mr. Thomas Demihan 007? How you doing, bro?
Good evening, brother. How you doing? How you doing,
All good, bro.
brothers?
All good, bro. How
Doing
you
well.
keeping,
Nice to see you,
Thomas?
Thomas.
Hey, Theo, Tony, absolute legends. I
Mhm.
said on the Facebook on the chat, fam. We're looking forward to this, man. This is absolutely great, fam. Instant classic, fam.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
It's definitely a classic. Thank you for that, Theo. So do you have any
Oh,
questions?
there's my
What's up?
neighbor. There's my neighbor, Faded Codes. There you go. What's up, brother? He's right around the corner from me. Another high
What's up?
value
What's
man. I
up?
love and respect. What's up,
What's up,
brother?
brother?
Welcome,
Before I go
welcome.
on to Fader Codes, do you have any questions for Tony and Theo, Thomas?
So Tony and Theo, is it see women who are in the danger zone for the Christmas cake age, are they still being seeked out when you were in Japan, or is it too late for them? So, like women who are like 26 years old or higher, is it too late for them, or is there still a chance for them?
They're still being seeked out, but they're not being seeked out as much as the women under 25, of course. You gotta understand the way that they're made up. That their minds change. Any female, their minds are going to change as they start progressing through their life.
Mhm.
Like 21, they're very enthusiastic. Whatever, every word they hang on, every word that come out of your mouth. If they're 26, they if they've been there, done that, or they just may have known a little bit too much, they're not going to hang on everything. They're going to be a lot different. Men in Japan, for the most part, they like everything fresh and new. Japanese like everything fresh and new, like the fresh bread out the oven. They want everything new. They love new stuff. They don't really care too much for old stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Any
Yeah,
other
that's
questions?
that's all I have so far, fam. I'm actually gonna bounce out, because I need to watch the Tyson Fury versus Wilder fight, fam.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
brother.
fam. So but IP, keep up the great work, fam. Tony and Theo, thank you very much, fam.
Thanks, brothers.
All
Thanks.
right,
Yep. See you.
take it easy, bro. Take it easy. Let me bring in Fader Codes. How you doing, bro?
What's up, man? How y'all doing? Can
That's
y'all
my
hear me?
brother. What's up? What's up, bro?
Loud
Can,
and
can you
clear,
guys hear
bro.
me? Hey,
Loud and
I just
clear.
want to say, hey, man, I'm just here and I feel so good to be surrounded by black kings. You know what I'm saying? Other
Mm-hmm.
high value males like myself. You know, I want to say special shout out. This man right here, Tony, took me up 5 years ago underneath his wing, man. And where I'm at today in my life is mostly because of him. You know, this man knows what he's talking about. Theo, we haven't, you know, it's great seeing you. We've spoken back and forth on the group, you know, but it's nice to see black men in tech, you know, and these are brothers who I look up to, man. And I'm like I said, Tony picked me up when I was 26 years old, man, and I'm 30,
And
right?
he's a high value male.
And I'm a high value male, you know. I have 3 different income streams. I have 3 401ks. You know,
Damn.
I've been married for 6 years, you
Oh.
know, and I have a 2-year-old daughter, man. And, you know, I'm all about encouraging and educating black men. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
I've been to so many places in this world, right? More than
Yeah.
15 different countries, man. And I've lived an amazing life. And I just wanted to, you know, to show my appreciation, man, and just say thank you to you guys.
Oh no,
Oh.
anytime, brother. We can hook up soon, brother. Anytime, bro.
Yeah, man.
Anytime, man. You know, it's this brother. He came a long way, man. He came a long way. He's got a beautiful family, man. He lives right around the corner from me, man. He's like 2 minutes from my house.
Damn.
You know, it's like you know it's like we're brothers, man. He's like a little brother to me, man.
I can actually
And
see his house from my house.
yeah, same here. I
Just
can look
throwing
if I
that
go to
out there.
my bedroom or my living room, I can see his house, man, out there. Yes, I see, you know, his stuff out there. And yeah, he is a high value male, brothers, and this is what this is all about. And this
Mm-hmm.
brother was lived in 15 countries. He has a beautiful wife from another country. I'm not going to go into too many details. He's a very private individual, but he
Mm-hmm.
may want to speak on that. But you know, she's not Western. She's not from America. Let's put it that way. And she's a very intelligent lady too. And he has a beautiful young baby. So you know, this is what it's about, brothers. It's about bringing other brothers in the fold and not hating on people,
Mm-hmm.
respecting the love and sharing the prosperity.
Yes, I love hearing brothers do well, especially my black brothers, man. We've been through a lot, you know, through slavery, Jim Crow, racial discrimination, police brutality.
And then
Oh man,
our women, our
our
women.
women,
The last one is our women. Yeah.
Yeah.
our women not even backing us up. Our women turning their backs against us, demeaning us, making us look bad in the Western media. We've been through a lot, black men. So when I see brothers that fear the code, have free incomes and free 401ks, that makes my day. I'm the happiest brother right now in the UK right now when I hear things like that. So
And
shout out to
brother,
Fear the Codes.
Faded Codes is from Jamaica too, bro. So remember we was telling you earlier, you need to get from the UK to the US. That's what happens when you leave that domicile and come to the States. You
Mm-hmm.
get paid. And
Yep.
that's what I mean. Because this brother has no problem. Yeah, I mean, they fly all over the world, man. Him and his family, they fly all over the world. He got no problem flying all over the world, brother. He got no problem purchasing what he want to purchase. He got no problem cruising around, man.
I was in
This brother, he's up.
Spain last month actually.
See?
I was in Spain last month. I went to Mallorca for a week just cause,
Yeah.
you know. So just throwing that out
Wonderful.
there.
All right, Fader Codes, we'll set up
Yeah.
that stream. I've seen your message on IG. I'll get back to you when I wake up. later on
Definitely.
today.
Yeah, definitely IP. Please, man. I would love to, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their ways of, you
Okay.
know, getting money, you know, but I would love to show these brothers the steps that I've made as a young black man coming up, you know, and how I capitalize and use my skill set, you know, and my network.
Thank you for that. Thank you for reaching out, Fader Codes. Let me go on to the King DJ. How you doing, brother? Long time no see, bro.
Give me about 10 minutes, brothers.
How's it going? I'm
Hey,
always
I'm doing good, bro. Where you been, bro? Where you been? I messaged you IG. I was like, "Where's this guy? What's happening, man?"
just been working. Really wasn't able to do a lot of stuff being over here in Sasebo because of the mini lockdowns that we've been having, and yeah, it was just a lot of stress with just the job itself,
Mhm.
and like living over here in Sasebo with it being so rural, like the women over here, it's not too. It's pretty difficult to like really have relationships with them over here because of how country it is, you know. And like he was saying earlier, you don't want to really deal with women that are near the base, and that's where I'm trying to avoid. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's basically. I've just been working a lot.
Okay, brother. So can we speak about your experience with actually on that note, do you have any questions for Theo and Tony before I ask you any questions to King DJ?
Not necessarily with me just already being in the country, and I've been here for about 4 years now, so like not necessarily. I just wanted to kind of add on to the whole respect thing. Just like for like all the haters that watch your videos and stuff like that, we're not knocking different races. We're not knocking the black race or the white race that are in America. It's just the fact that there's not a lot of respect getting thrown all our way in America, and there are women in America that are worthy of being married. It's like playing the lottery. You're more likely to find a wife that actually wants to be a wife in a different country than to try to play lottery and try to find a wife, say like from Atlanta, where I'm from. So, it's not like we're trying to knock all these women or whatever that are from the States or from, UK. It's just that they're not really wanting to be wives nowadays over there. So it's like, why would we even want to deal with those issues? You know what I mean? So it's all about respect. If she's gonna give me respect, I'm gonna give her respect. So, and it's a lot of respect being thrown our way in America. So, hey, it is what it is.
So
Theo?
let me ask you a question real quick, because you're there 4 years, right?
Yes.
So are you even thinking? I mean, there are Western women on your base, of course, so you can't get away. But are you even thinking about Western women anymore? Like, do they have any influence in your life?
Not at all. To be honest with you.
Correct.
Thank
you.
I've been
Yes.
to before, and it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out, and it ended up being. I was in a different phase of my life, and I can admit it. I was very beta back then, and I let a woman run over me back then. And it took my friends for me to realize, like, hey, this isn't it. You need to, start acting like a man, basically. And thanks to them giving me that boost, I was able to divorce her because, if I did it, I would have found out before the divorce that she was pregnant with another man's child. So, you
Damn.
know, yeah. So like that's why I'm happy that I met certain people within the military that gave me that push to be where I am now. It does hurt, and you'll get through it, you know. But no, I'm not really thinking about Western women anymore. I'm more so fixated on, like, not necessarily Japanese. It is a plus, to be in Japan. I do want to marry Japanese or Korean, but if I find another woman, like, say, Hispanic or African in a different country, like, then, it is what it is. I marry that person if that's the right person for me. But with me being in Japan, hey,
So, bro, on that note, the King DJ, right? You're in Hokkaido, you said. How are the women there treating you specifically, bro? Are you dealing with so many women that you can't handle them anymore? You're like, IP, Theo, Tony, go over here and take some women off me. How are they treating you, brother, specifically in Hokkaido?
Well, I feel like with me being in the military, it's a little bit more difficult to actually date because women already know as soon as you bring up the fact you're in the military that you might not be able to stay here long enough, permanently. So it's pretty difficult to date a lot. You will find people, but I would say, like, if you let them know ahead of time, like, hey, I'm in the military and I'm planning on staying here permanently, or you know, if they know you're going to leave, they're probably not even going to try to mess with you like that. If you're looking for the right girl, if you're looking for those girls that, like I posted earlier, that are really big into Black entertainment, and we get treated negatively in Black entertainment. So that's what they see on TV. If you're messing with girls like that, I would stay away
Okay.
because they're going to assume that you're like hood, or you're a sports player, or an athlete. There's not nothing wrong with being an athlete. It's just that that's probably what they're looking for, and you're not it, and they're probably going to leave. So you should avoid that particular side of Japan when it comes to those type of women. But that's just a small community. It's not like it's an overall, like, oh, this is Japan. It's just a small community. If you're around bases, if you're around areas where there's a lot of foreigners, that's probably what they're going to be looking for. But if you're, you know, uh, I would say clubs, stay away from that if you're looking for a wife. Bars, I would say use bars for communications, like to talk
Yep.
to people and to get to know. I met so many people going to bars that they were offering me jobs, and I haven't even left the military yet. So like bars are really good for that. But for women, I feel like once you're established and you're a civilian or traveler, not military, um, you have a better shot. Uh, for me, I have dated Japanese like twice, but like I said, with me being in the military, they kind of just assume that you're kind of like an F boy. That's we got the image, which is a very bad image, and I'm trying to kill that image while I'm here. But so like I try to avoid women that assume that's what I am about. So
Okay.
yeah.
Thanks for that, brother. The King
Oh,
DJ. I'm gonna put you on. Do you have anything else, bro?
Oh, to add on, so I'm in Satsuo, Nagasaki, which is like an hour and 45 minutes from Fukuoka. So that's where I normally spend my time. The women over there, dude, oh my God.
Damn.
Like every corner, every freaking
Damn.
corner, you'll find a gorgeous woman. And it's not just
God
because
damn.
their face is gorgeous, it's how they dress. Like
Damn.
it's something like out of one of those like romantic Japanese or Korean type shows or whatever. The way they're dressed is completely different from Western way of dressing, you know. And like I'm pretty sure you guys brought it up, but they keep themselves at a certain weight, you know, and it's kind of bad for certain people because they do weight shame in Japan for women when they're like at school or like friends or whatever. But yeah, like The way they
So
dress is immaculate. Like, it's crazy.
on that note, brother, have you seen these hot Japanese women in your area with brothers? Have they been giving you a look? Have you seen them holding hands with a brother? I don't know. We want to know the whole
Um,
scope there. Are they checking
I,
for
I would,
brothers? Mhm.
to be honest, I would say that's more so like Tokyo and Osaka. Fukuoka, not so much.
Oh,
I have to go there more. Because I've only been there like 4 or 5 times. I have to go there more. Because like when I
oh,
got to Sasebo, I never went to Fuku because of the COVID, you know. And now that we're more opened up, I was able to go there multiple times. But I see more brothers, like, which I hate to say this, I see more brothers in Okinawa with Japanese women because I was there for 3 years over there.
okay.
But I also do see brothers in Tokyo and Osaka with Japanese women. But like I said, I just need to go to Fukuoka more and explore Fukuoka to
And
see, you know.
And the brothers you see with Japanese women in Tokyo and Osaka, are they
Mhm.
with gorgeous? Are they with gorgeous looking Japanese women, top notch Japanese women? Because there's no point traveling to a country to get the ones that are horrible looking. You might as well stay in the West. So when they travel
Exactly.
to Japan, are they with gorgeous looking Japanese women in Tokyo and Osaka that you've seen, bro?
So the thing is, well, to answer your question, no, they're not with ugly women. Um, I feel like us brothers, we have standards and we stick with our standards. So I never really see at all a brother with an ugly Japanese girl. Um, yeah, it's it's wild because to be honest, like
How is
they
that
keep
possible?
yeah,
How?
like,
How?
they
Yeah.
they keep themselves so like they keep themselves so top notch, like Japanese women. Like they keep themselves so presentable. Even the older women, like I've met 31-year-olds and 35-year-olds that keep themselves presentable because they're actually looking for a husband. They're not going to be walking around in baggy jeans or showing off so much skin and all this
Hair
other stuff.
rollers and all this other crap.
Yeah, they're
You
not
know,
Yeah.
going to
blue
do
hair, pink hair, purple hair, all that nonsense. You know,
it.
they're wearing.
The
Hey,
only
but
way,
King,
yes.
you in Nagasaki, brother. I was down in Sasebo, Nagasaki, man, a few
Oh,
years back. For a minute, I was dating a girl from there, man. She took
mhm.
me down there. And you're right, brother. The women down there were so pretty, man. It was a
Yeah,
beautiful place. It was
yeah.
beautiful. Nagasaki, Sasebo, the hills everywhere, man. It's just beautiful, man.
And another reason why I feel like you don't really see a lot of brothers over here with Japanese women, I don't think a lot of brothers know about this area, to be honest with you. Like
No, they don't.
Nagasaki City, I don't see a lot of foreigners at all in Nagasaki City. Like white, Hispanic, black. There's not too many in Nagasaki City, and there's a lot of cute girls over there. But I honestly like Okinawa. When I was talking to the Japanese men over there, they will always tell me Fukuoka has like the hottest Japanese women, and I honestly didn't believe him because I was always going to Tokyo and Osaka, and I was just like, I gotta believe to see it. And then once I went to Fukuoka, I was like, what is this? Like, why is every corner I turned, there was at least somebody that was dressing with style,
Damn.
not showing off all their skin, not having their butt, poked out and stuff like that. They might have like fitted stuff to show off some shape, but that's
Mhm.
about it. Like, like it's
Brother,
it
brother,
Mhm.
I need you to put yourself out there, bro, and get you a dime for coke and chick, man. If I was in your position right now, brother, I'll be hunting for a lot of these for coke and women, bro.
well,
Forget about you being in the military, bro. Put yourself out there on the weekends.
That ain't
Get
no
these chicks,
excuse,
bro.
King. That ain't no excuse.
Ain't no excuse, brother. Ain't no excuse. What the hell are you doing out there in Japan, man? I want to see you with 5 different chicks in my stream one day, man. Or
well,
what? Brother, I want to see a harem around you. I want to see a goddamn harem around you, man.
wait
Harem.
until I go to college here. Wait until I go to college here. I'll have that for you.
Come on, brother, man. I
I'll,
want to see
I'll
a
be
bunch of harems around you in my live
I'll be
stream in the
out
future, man.
I'll
All
be
from
out of the
Fukuoka.
military in April, and I'll be in college in April. So wait until then.
All right, brother. I'm gonna put you on mute, bro. Great conversation, bro. But stay on the line, bro. Okay, I'll come at you later on. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Shout out to our full burden storm scale for the $5 super chat. That's a very crazy name. He says, thanks for another great stream, brothers. Thank you, bro. He says, just 2 quick ones. How are ladies about brothers with dreads? And how is the job market in video editing? Phil, Tony, can you speak on that, please?
ladies don't care about the dreads, man. As long as you clean, you know, they don't get intimidated by the dreads. They know that we brothers come in all styles and shapes and sizes. They just want to make sure you're a cool, straight up brother, man. Um, as far as video editing, that Theo might be able to hook you up with that, answering that. It's gonna be hard to get into that in Japan. You got to bring the talent if that's what you want to do. You got to be willing to put in the work, and you got to be willing to put up the sacrifices.
Yeah, because so video editing is something that Japanese can do by themselves. And so you would be thinking about like what kind of value could you actually provide in video editing? And this would be something that'll be a little bit more difficult because they got plenty of Japanese men who can video edit, and also the women as well. So what's unique about you? That's how you have to think about it.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're in the Facebook group, I can tell you some outsourcers who might be able to hook you up or something. But I know what they're going to ask. The first thing is, do you speak in Japanese? That's where that's going to start, because they're going to be like, well, hey, I can get a Korean who does video editing who's fluent in Japanese.
Yep.
All right, thanks for that, brothers. Brothers, we have over 90 people watching. Can we please send in more cash apps, more super chats to support the movement? Greatly appreciated. Also, like the video as well, brothers. Support. Let me bring in Crazy Kaz to chime in. How you doing, Crazy Kaz? You okay, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
All good, brother. All good. Do you have any questions for Theo and Tony,
All right,
Crazy
yeah.
Kaz?
Yes, I do. So earlier today, I was doing some self-studying, and I got a little down. And I was wondering what keeps y'all motivated, both of y'all, like when it comes to Japanese, like learning Japanese, learning kanji, and also developing interest on cloud development and software development. Yeah, that's it.
I'll answer that first. So what keeps me motivated? Just go out and talk to an ABW. That's all you need.
Okay.
So go outside and talk to a black woman, and she'll treat you so horribly. You'll be like, yeah, I'll learn all the kanji in here. Like what? There's like, I need to do 2,000 kanji, and I'll never be treated like that again. Oh, okay. You get the pen out, you just start writing. That's it. You'll do mass memorization. This again,
Wow.
This is AWS, and I do this in Japanese, study it right there. Look, it's like the women are so good, and the American women will motivate you so well. I always tell American women, I said, no one advocates and markets foreign women as well as American women do, because they treat us so badly that it's like we just can't help ourselves but go the other way. And something that I talked with like Japanese women, Ukrainian, Brazilians, Czech, they all said the same thing. They said the only reason why they could get American guys is because the American women treated them so badly. If the American men were just treated just a little less badly, these women wouldn't have a chance. And
That's
so they were always
true.
like, thank you to the American woman, because they get these like really great husbands.
And on that note,
I'm
Theo, let me
serious, man.
tell you,
That's it.
let me mention this as well. American women, a lot of them are hot. A lot of American women are flipping gorgeous. Latinas, black women, very hot women. But it's just the attitude and how they think that pushes us away. Because if they were feminine, in my opinion, right, if American women were feminine, they would be top 5. They would actually be probably top 5, top 4. Because there's a lot of gorgeous diversity in America. Women from Hungary, Middle East, all coming to America to make a living. If they were just feminine and rejecting American culture and feminist culture, there would be no competition, in my opinion. But carry on, Crazy Kaz.
Yeah, like, when y'all speak on that, I'm gonna be honest. I grew up with a single mom, so I already knew the game at a young age, and I was kind of a player boy, so I never really had that problem of getting them. But yeah, you're right, I couldn't keep them because it always was an argument. She always had pride issues, and the better looking ones I get, the more I have to have my social media up. Like I have to have at least like 5K Instagram followers, and she doesn't, but she gets 100, likes on her posts, and that makes her think she's better than everybody. And she disrespected my mom, my stepdad, like it's that bad. And you're right. Take this as motivation, but I get depressed other than it becomes a fuel to like make me want to work harder. So that was my real question. Like, how do you pull yourself out of this rut of thinking I'm going to be trapped here or it's just no hope? Like that's my
I
real
would
question, if that makes
I can
sense.
answer that for both Theo and Tony. I would say, have a positive mindset. Understand that you are a brother, and on my channel, we've clearly shown you that there's countries where brothers are treated very well. So if for some reason you can't get a woman in America or women are horrible towards you, all you must do, brother, is get your passport, stay on your purpose, and travel. I'm telling brothers that, let me tell you right
Hmm.
now, brother, you have 3 months until the end of 2021. Your goal should be to get to Japan for holiday or to work, maybe 1 month, 2 months, right? So, what you must do, brother, is spend the rest of this year
Yeah.
going hard on Japanese. And remember, in 2022, based on the intel you have on my channel, what Theo and Tony are giving you, you will have a great time. That right there should make you feel happy every day
Mm.
that you have a purpose to go out there, meet dime, foreign, beautiful Japanese women that will improve your lives. And also, thankfully, I'm very happy that Japan is also a great economy as well. So you may find a great
Right.
job, earn a lot of money there, and start your life there in Japan. So that should be right.
Are they? Yeah.
Never feel down, bro. Be happy, and then work towards that goal. 2022, as soon as the borders open in Japan, book that ticket, to Aomori, Niigata, Tokyo, Sendai, all these places where there are beautiful women there for coca, and then start living your life, bro. So, brother, keep your head up. All will be well.
Mm.
Okay, crazy. Okay, brother.
Brother, 2022 is the
Yeah.
year of the
Thank you.
black
Thank you
man
all.
getting out of the
Appreciate it.
matrix.
Yeah,
2022 is the year of the black man
Oh
getting out
yeah,
the
I saved up
matrix.
enough. I can't
yeah.
wait to travel.
Thanks for that, crazy Kaz. So you're right about that, Tony, because again, the last few years I'm seeing different things. Like I'm seeing a lot more women being interested in brothers. I'm seeing women who go to Oxford, Cambridge, all these high-level universities open up themselves towards brothers. We're seeing a lot more foreign women, giving their time to brothers. I don't know what's happened. Me and Thomas were speaking about this recently. A lot of things have changed, in the last 2 or 3 years. I don't know why a lot of women are now opening themselves up to brothers. I don't know, but we're gonna take advantage of it, live great lives, and move on from there. So shout out to Crazy Kaz. Shout out to Mr. Theo WAF. Wow, Theo, for the $50 super chat. Thank you, Theo. Theo crushed the buildings. Thank you, Theo. He says, looks like I'm going to Fukuoka once Japan opens. Oh, Theo, you're gonna kill there, bro. Again, here, Theo, the channel is here for you to drop the intel about Fukuoka, the women there. This is your platform as well, brother. So, Theo, I'm looking forward to you having that trip there, and of
I
course,
gotta go check that
Japan
out.
trip.
I gotta go check that out. That's just a Shinkansen. That's easy. That's like
Yup.
Kichijoji, go to
Yeah,
Tokyo Station, get on the Shinkansen, boom. That's one line straight. Just get on
yeah.
the Shinkansen, go to Ryokan or go to a nice hotel. I'll do my quarantine in Kichijoji in Tokyo.
Mhm.
Boy, that would be fun. And I'll be the ocean's right there. I mean, why
Yep.
not? I was like, hey, I could do 1 month there. Let's go do it. So yeah, I'll be
Fantastic.
doing
Yeah,
it.
I'll be in Japan next year too. I'll be up in Niigata, so I'll definitely be giving some good intel on that. And I'll be in Niigata, Ishikawa, Osaka, Tokyo. I may even do the Sapporo thing too. So I'll be all around.
Thanks for that, brothers. Shout out to Thomas Demihin for the £1.79 super chat. He says Japanese women equals Super Saiyan Latinas equals Yamcha. Dragon Ball Z reference. Shout out to Thomas Demihin. Shout out to Israel Davila for the £4.40 cash app. Who says, "Can I join the corner backstage?" Yeah, you're next on the line, Israel. I'm going through it one by one. So I'll bring in both Israel and Neil Gotti, but we'll go with Israel Davila first. Israel Davila, how you doing, bro?
What's up, brother?
Israel Davila, are you there? We can't hear you, Israel. Israel, what's going on? Okay.
Test. Is
We-
this working? Is this working?
We
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
we
got
hear
you,
you
cool.
brother.
now.
We got you.
We hear you. How you doing? You okay? You hear us,
I'm
Israel?
doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I'm a big fan of the show. If I could wear your merchandise, I'd wear it pridefully.
The Merc is coming. Yeah, okay, maybe I need to start working on some Merc. Brothers, put one in the chat if you want some Merc for this channel.
Yeah, we want some Merc, brothers.
You put one in the chat. Should I start working on some Merc for this channel? And I'll work on that ASAP.
But yeah, I'm just
Carry on, Israel. Yeah, bro. I think
our show.
Israel,
And
do you
listen to
mind?
everything, especially what you said about over here. It's been keeping me through the bad times.
Fantastic, Israel. Do you have any questions for Tony and Theo?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have a question. Give me 1 second. I forgot it real quick. I wrote it down.
All right.
Oh, yes. Shit. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to curse. My apologies. I just wrote it down. Where is it? I'm doing college papers right now. It was. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. Butterfingers. Oh, yeah. It was. What is the easiest place that I can get by myself as a Gaijin, as a foreigner, once I move there, once I get my job? Apartment.
You're not going to, we talked about this last night. You're not going to get an apartment in the beginning. You're going to be really living in a guest house. And like, I'll put the link on there again into the chat. You like Oak House is a really great example.
Yeah, they are.
Then you need to actually go look
Gotcha.
for an apartment later on. Many times it takes 6 months of rent in order to just move into an apartment. And you do not have that kind of reserve.
Okay.
And it's too dangerous in the beginning because if something happens in your job situation or your family brings you back to your country,
Mhm.
You're going to have an issue. So you're never going to get any of that money back. So you need to make sure everything is secure before you even just consider an apartment. You're going to be a Gaijin house.
Yeah, because what Theo's talking about, they got this thing called key money. And key money, like the average key money is like 2 months rent plus another month rent for deposit, and then your rent to pay to move in. And a lot of times you only get back, if you're lucky, half of that key money.
It's Reiki and Chikikin.
Yes.
I hated
Oh,
that.
they should change that.
Me
It
too.
was just, it's brutal. So, and then you have an agent fee.
Yep.
You have to pay
You
that
never
as
get
well.
that back.
So
That ain't coming back.
you never get that back. So I just want to say that all that stuff is there. You have to pay for this stuff. It's really horrible. And hey,
Gotcha.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Any
Got
more
it.
questions?
Thank you.
Israel?
Bless up.
Is
The
that it?
world is born.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother
All right.
Israel.
Thanks for that, Israel. Let me bring in Neil Gotti. How you doing, bro?
What's up,
Hey,
Neil?
what's up, guys? Thanks.
What's up, brother?
Thanks for letting me be in here. I mean, it's like second time on the show. I know earlier I sent a super chat about my wife. I met her at Salsa Club. I saw Theo's look like Salsa Club. And yeah, there was a club in Naha. I don't know if it's still there. It's called Latina. You know, I met her my first weekend, but she turned me down. That was a funny story.
Yeah.
Yeah, she turned me down. I didn't meet her until like probably 6 months later, and she had a part-time job on base. And the reason why she turned me down, she was dating somebody at the time. They had PCS, and they ended up breaking up and stuff like that.
PCS?
But,
what's up?
yeah, her ex-boyfriend was in the Marines.
Yeah, he went to another assignment. PCS means, you're leaving.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Bro.
Yeah, he was in the military. Yeah, her ex-boyfriend was in the military, and he was in the Marines. He left, and yeah, they ended up breaking up. And I hadn't seen her 6 months later, and we started chatting and stuff like that and stuff. But yeah, I know yesterday I was sending super chat, asking, put in input about certain jobs and stuff like that. And I know y'all have more knowledge on them than I did, that information and stuff like that. But I had a couple of friends that still stay over there in Japan. Like one of my friends, she had got out of the military doing 15 years, medical retired. Her husband, no, not Japanese citizens, and they're still over there, living there. And they got jobs on base, some contract jobs and stuff like that. And living well over there in Okinawa.
Fantastic, bro. So, Neil Gotti, do you have any direct questions for Tony and Theo to answer for you?
Well, my thing is more of the job market. What's other jobs besides teaching or doing like in that field where y'all doing was with
IT.
IT and stuff like that? Any other jobs I could probably get? most of my skill set is military equipment and stuff like that.
Well, you was talking about you knew some people up in Okinawa. I was there 7 years, brother. I was stationed in Kadena. And so you were talking about you have people that actually stayed there and worked. There's a lot of people in the military that will get out, separate, if you will, over in Okinawa, and they would start working for like on base for the government. A lot of time, what will happen is they would put their paperwork in, and they'll know somebody that knows somebody. That's the quickest way to get hired over there. You could go to USA Jobs.
Yep, like I said,
put in your skills. Yeah, right. But then that's not guaranteed. I did that for 4 years, and I didn't get a job. I didn't even get a hit. But I just kept firing, just kept putting in for jobs, but I didn't get nothing. So you just have to see who you know there and let them tell you what's available, and then you apply. That's the quickest way for you to get it.
And another thing for some of the people that are looking for jobs, I know there was the DoD teacher, on-base teacher, and they get paid very well. Like
they do.
They're a military officer to teach on-base school. And then there's the international American schools too. And stuff like I heard they get paid pretty decent and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah, you can apply for those jobs too. The DoD teacher gets paid really well because I know I actually took colleges, did my college when I was in the military and I was in the Air Force, and I was going to Kadena High School for my university classes. And those teachers over there were getting paid, man, to teach over there at the schools. So yeah, they have a lot of those. You just have to see the whole big picture of what kind of positions they got and just fit yourself into one of them.
Yeah. I know some places will hire you like was it the American Housing offices on base?
Yes.
They do hire a few Americans. If you know some Japanese, they will hire you.
Yes.
I know that.
And you can get hired at billeting too, like the hotels on base at billeting, they'll hire you. But what I've learned though is a lot of these places in Japan, if you want to get hired by a Japanese company, a lot of them really want you to be local already. They want you to be already in country.
Yeah, they don't want to have to pay for to move you.
Yeah.
And that's what some of my buddies that stayed, they were able to get some of those jobs on base because the government said, well, we don't have to pay for their moving costs. They're already here and stuff like that. Yeah.
You just have to set that up before you get out.
Thanks for that, Nugati. I have a question for you, Nugati. Based on what you saw in Japan, your experience, were Japanese women checking heavy for the brothers there? And let us know what areas you saw that they were checking heavy for brothers for. But in general, it looks like Japanese women simply love, adore, and worship brothers. Speak on that, Nugati.
Okay, so on that one, I did. I went over to Okinawa twice, and the areas were more around the bases, outside the base, like the off-base clubs that had American themes. Like that salsa club was in Naha, nowhere near a base, but a lot of Americans would come there because of salsa dance. A lot of Japanese women like salsa music and stuff like that. And then there was this one place in Okinawa called American Village. Yeah, American Village. That's the name of it. He knows. Tony knows that one. Yeah, a lot of Japanese girls. They'll check you out there. A lot of like Gate 2 Street outside of Kadena. A lot of clubs. When Japanese girls go there to the clubs, the hip hop clubs, they want brothers. Period.
Neil, I had a question for you. When was the last time you was in Okinawa?
I left from there in 2018.
Okay, because Gate 2 Street is dead as a doorknob now. You know that,
right?
Oh,
yeah, I know that. Yeah, COVID. Yeah, COVID.
Yeah, no, not just the COVID. A lot of shops and businesses. Remember, they had the 8 Beat, the New York Club, and all those clubs around the base.
Yeah.
That area is dead now. I mean, to tourism, all the tourists go to Naha. I don't know what happened because they started restricting the military access off base. A lot of people were getting in trouble. So the military start restricting your movement. And once they did that, they literally killed a lot of businesses in Okinawa City. So that's just an update on that. I just want you to know about that.
Okay. Yeah, because I left in 2018.
Yeah, since then I can't believe it when I seen the videos of it. I was like, because I watched the video and it was like, oh my God, this place is dead. I was like, is this the same place?
That must have been during 2020 because I went to visit for New Year's of 2020. As soon as I retired, when they were visiting stuff like it was still going on. So that must just happen in 2020 through COVID. They just killed it because I know they restricted a lot of stuff. All my soldiers, my buddies told me about it.
So Neil Gotti, I'm guessing your experience in Japan is mostly around Okinawa, right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I have a couple of friends that lived in Tokyo, and they told me they've been wanting me to come up there because Tokyo was pretty good for them.
In terms of the woman dating
Hello?
them, the woman
Yes.
is not.
Hello? Hello?
Hold on, bro. I'll come to you afterwards. Okay, hold on, John Wallace. So, Gotti, you're saying from what you heard from your friends, Tokyo, the women there in Tokyo were chasing after brothers heavily.
Yes.
Oh,
Matter of fact, I went to Zama for training, and yeah, that was a experience just for 2 weeks.
Zama. What's that? What's that?
Camp Zama is an army base.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Army
Tokyo.
base. Yeah.
In Tokyo. Wow. Speak about your experience of Japanese women in terms of Tokyo and Nagoti, those 2 weeks there. How was it for you, brother? Was it like was it like you being a kid in a candy store where
Pretty
the woman
much.
had
It's
the
just
candy? Okay.
I just had to just show up. That's all it was. Just show up.
Damn.
It kind of almost reminded me of my experience when I was in Germany.
Yo, Nugoti, reach out to me on IG real quick, please, brother. It's
Okay, I
very
will.
important that you do. You have my IG already. We need to speak about this very in depth. I'm very interested about your experience in Germany and your 2 weeks in Tokyo, bro. Okay, bro.
All right. Okay, and we also could talk about Italy. I spent a couple days in Italy too.
Oh,
Yeah, Italy's nice, brother. I did Italy, but I haven't. Yeah, Italy's nice, but I didn't spend as much time there.
Yeah, we need that intel Italy. A lot of brothers asked me about Italy. So I haven't been there before, but we need that intel, bro. So reach out to me.
Yeah, Italy. You just had to be American, period, for Italy.
Okay, bro. We'll have a stream on that, Nugoti, if you're interested in doing that. Okay.
Okay.
Nugoti. So one last thing, right? I just want you to expound on your Tokyo experience. Was it a point where Japanese women were approaching you, giving you heavy choosing signals? Was it like, were they all rushing towards you? Speak on that, bro. Because you're saying that
on that experience is like, well, at that time when I was using a couple apps, and they were easy. They were more open to me through the apps. And then when you go out, you just can see, when somebody look at you really a lot, pay more attention to you. Okay, she's trying to get your attention. She just don't want to. She's too shy to approach you, and stuff like that.
And what apps were you using, bro?
Back then, no, this was a while back. I don't know if people still use these apps. One was Tag. Yeah, I know you laugh. Tag was one of them. And it was what was that? It was another one, POF.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot it was another one. I'm trying to think the name.
Okay, Cupid, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thanks for that, Nugoti. Much appreciated, bro. Reach out to me on IG ASAP.
Let
me read out this. Thank you, bro.
Oh, you welcome.
Put yourself on mute. Stay on the line, bro. I'll come to you one last point. You want to say something, King DJ?
Can I add on to the app thing?
Yeah, go on, bro.
So from my experience using dating apps nowadays, they don't really use Tag anymore or Plenty of Fish. Like I used to use that back in the day, and yeah, it doesn't work like that anymore. It's more so Bumble, and you might get lucky with Tinder. Tinder, like they were saying earlier, is a lot of bots, a lot of people trying to have you spend money. A lot of military get caught up with the whole scams of the spending money thing. We get briefed on it like once a month. That's how bad it is. So I be careful with Tinder. With Bumble, it's better because they have to talk to you first, because that's just how it's set up. They use verifications a lot better than how Tinder does verifications. So if I were you, number one would be Bumble, number two would be Tinder. Other than that, all the other dating apps are kind of obsolete at this point.
Even Hinge.
Yeah, Hinge is useless. I don't think Japanese people really know about Hinge like that. Like I've seen Japanese women on Hinge before, but it's just so a small amount, And yeah, I wouldn't even waste my time with Hinge. Now, if you were to go to other countries like Spain or Italy or something like that, you'll probably see them a lot more over there. Russia and Ukraine, you'll definitely probably see them over there using Hinge. One of my friends from the Ukraine, I met on Hinge. So like, I was using the little flight thing. So yeah, one of my friends from Ukraine, she's used Hinge, and it started off with me and her hitting off was because she was trying to use it for business.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her straight up, like, hey, I'm using this for dating. like, and like I was like, we could talk and everything, but like if that's just a strictly business thing, then I mean, I'm not for it. And she kept talking to me because I guess I was just really brutally honest with her. So
the King DJ, you're saying Bumble is brother's best choice in Japan.
yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
Bumble is where women initiate proceedings first, right? So don't message first if they like you. And in your experience, the King DJ, do Japanese women definitely message you first, or do they flake and just don't say anything to you?
Well, with Bumble, they have to message you first, which is a big step for them because they normally are too shy to do stuff like that. And with them being on that app to begin with, they know this. So I feel like they're still going to be shy, regardless if they message you or not. They kind of do what American women do, and Bumble, they'll probably say like hi or how you doing, because they don't know how to start a conversation. But the difference between them and Americans is like, American women, they kind of want you to be like a conversation starter, like 100%, like throwing out jokes and these like something that separates you from other people. With Japanese women, I mean, you can just go straight into like, where you from, or how old are you? They don't really take offense to the whole age thing, like how American women do. So, because sometimes their age either isn't on there, or it might be wrong. So, yeah.
All right, thanks for that, the King DJ, bro. Much appreciated. Put yourself on mute. Hold on, John Wallace. Hold on, brother. Shout out to Martin Lloyd for the $2 Canadian super chat. Which country is good for studying and meets women? I would say Germany is very good for studying and meeting women. And I know the fees there are a bit cheap compared to other countries. I'm not too sure about Japan. I think you have to do a test or something to get into these universities, the big ones. So I'd say your best choice is Germany, maybe Spain. UK is also good as well for studying. Meeting women, you can meet women that are international, from different countries, in the UK, because a lot of universities bring in international people. So that can be good for you, brother. So I would say those 3 countries. I can't give you information about Japan, but from what I've heard, it's pretty tough to get into to study at the universities. Is anyone having intel on that?
I got a little bit of intel on that because
Okay.
I'm actually trying to go to the university right now. If you can talk to certain universities in America that have establishments in Japan, then you have a better shot of getting those universities. For example, Temple University is in America, and its establishment in Tokyo. So if you can get if you could talk to Temple in America and have them set that up for you, then you have a better shot at getting into Temple. Just find international schools that their home bases are in America. You have a higher chance. With those bigger deal colleges, yeah, it's going to be difficult because like Japanese come first, obviously. So they'll have like a very small pool of foreigners, and a lot of those small pool of foreigners come from like Britain. So especially like Tokyo University, which is the number one. If you're military, you have a big chance of getting like Tokyo University or something like that, because they know the money that they're given is guaranteed by the GI Bill. So it's easier for military, but like for civilian, like I said, you talk to schools that are established in America that have establishments in Japan, like
All right,
Temple.
thank you. Thanks for that, the King DJ. Peace off on mute, bro. Shout out to Israel Davila for the $499 super chat. He says, "Sorry, my phone died. I wanted to ask, what's the best way to find a tomboy Japanese woman? A tomboy Japanese woman?
They don't. You
Yeah.
won't find them. They don't go that route.
Mm.
The only one that you might see is if they're playing like a sport that involves like if they're a soccer player or something. But most Japanese women, man, they want to be, they're feminine. They don't want nothing to do with the tomboy thing.
Yeah,
No, they're
bro.
not
Why'd you want
tomboy.
that? Go on,
That's a
Theo.
totally foreign idea. That's a foreign idea to them. That they did not do that. No, that would be something like, maybe that's weird that they would see on the television about Western people.
Yeah.
Not us. Not them. They don't do that crap.
Yeah, bro. Why do you want to have a tomboy Japanese chick? Don't you want a feminine, womanly, submissive Japanese chick, as well? I'm not too sure, but I don't know, man. But shout out for Israel for the super chat. Hopefully, that answered your answer, bro. Let me bring in John Wallace. What's up, John Wallace? John Wallace, are you there? Steph Curry AVI? Is that Steph Curry? Yes, it
It looks
is.
like Steph. Yep.
How you doing, John?
Yeah, my question is,
Okay.
hey IP, what
Go
are
on, bro.
Japanese women like? Yes, I
Um,
am. Yes, I
feminine, submissive, cool to be around with, based on Phil and Tony's words.
Yep.
Just a wonderful piece of character. Look
Less
after the house,
stress. No stress.
less
Yeah, less
stress.
stress. Yep.
Wifeable. And definitely checking for brothers.
Yep.
And that's all we'd say for that, John.
Which
We got around
cities are checking heavy for brothers?
Yes, they're checking
Tokyo.
for
Go on,
everywhere.
Tony.
Everywhere from Ishigaki Island down to Okinawa, all the way up to the tip of Hokkaido, they checking for brothers. So it don't make a difference where you fall. It just depends on what your access to females. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to see more females, go to Tokyo, Osaka, go to Niigata, not Niigata, but Nagoya. I mean, Niigata, you still gonna have a lot of females, and they're very beautiful. Fukuoka, Nagasaki.
Can I go to
they're all over.
Tokyo, Osaka?
Yeah, you just get it. You
Yeah.
just get to Tokyo and just take the Shinkansen, the bullet train from Tokyo to Osaka. It's like 2 hours, 10 minutes. It's going to probably cost you round trip about $250. But it's well worth the trip. You basically, what you do is you take the Shinkansen from Tokyo, you go to Osaka, you stay to Osaka 3 nights, have a good time, check out Kobe, Kyoto, Nara while you're there, and then jump back on the Shinkansen back to Tokyo. Yep.
Cool, IP. Next time, let's do Eastern Europe or Latvia, man. That's my favorite country. I'm Team Europe.
Have you been to Latvia before? Have you been to Latvia
No.
before? Okay.
No, I don't travel.
Okay, we have a stream on Latvia coming next week.
Yeah.
I'll be interviewing a Latvian woman. So that's how powerful that stream's going to be. She's going to be breaking down. Yeah, so that's going to be a very special stream, okay? If it goes ahead, she might cancel. If she cancels, what can I do about it? So next week, Saturday or Sunday, there's a stream about Latvian women. I'll be interviewing a Latvian woman. That should be very interesting, okay, bro? Hopefully you'll be there. All right, bro. Take it easy. Thank you, John Wallace. Take it easy, bro. Brothers, feel free to call in. There's still some space in the panel. Don't know what's happening there. All right. Let me. Jay Bones, the link is pinned to the live stream. Let me post it here, Jay Bones, but it is pinned to the chat, the calling link. So here's a link, Jay Bones. Call in, brother. Very powerful live stream. You want to say something, Theo? You've been quiet the last 10 minutes, Theo. Everything okay, bro?
Yeah, it's good. I'm listening to some of the comments. I'm like, some of them are a little inappropriate, so I just let you go ahead and take care of them. Yeah, I'm about execution, like how you actually get something done. So if somebody like that were to come to Japan, they would answer that kind of question. You just kind of look at them and say, like, okay, you haven't really gone outside, have you? So let's just have you go outside and think about that for a while, or like have you get exposed to Japan culture, and then come back and maybe you'll understand it. If you don't and you keep on thinking that way, well, the airport still is operating, so you might be going back there sometime or taking a flight out of here. That's how Japan is. It's very black and white in that way. So you see, they give you some leeway to understand it, but you need to drop that out of your head.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with Theo on that big time. I agree with him 100% on that.
Shout out to Israel Davila for the $999 super chat. Forget the last question ever existed. Yeah, we're gonna forget that existed, bro. I think you've been in California for too long. I don't blame you, brother. California does twist a lot of people's minds up. Like I said, California is the devil's playground. A lot of filth, a lot of evilness, and a lot of wickedness goes on there in California. So leave that awful state. You know, you don't need to be there anymore. Since Halloween is coming up, what's the scariest red flag to look out for when finding Japanese wife? Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a
Um,
good question, Israel.
mm,
That's a really good question, guys. Um, okay, so I'm assuming that when he says when finding a Japanese wife, meaning you're not married to her yet, is what I'm assuming that you mean. So the scariest red flag to me is a sudden thing from the past popping up that you never knew about or that you was never informed about that could seriously affect your decision whether you want to marry this woman or not.
mm.
That's a serious red flag. And sometimes we ignore those red flags and sometimes we don't. But to me, finding out some information that you didn't know right before you get to marry a woman, any woman, that's a red flag.
I have to agree with that. Yeah, that's pretty much correct. It other things if she just knows like extensively black culture, like just beyond any kind of rationality, she just knows it way too well. Like what? That's kind of weird. Like the hip hop gangster kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
Get
was
away.
with a girl one year, and I remember, keeping the PG when I was in the mix with her, and then she started using terms like fool, and stuff like that while she's
What?
while she's having having the big organ. So she started using some of these words that brothers would normally say, and that's when you're like, whoa, where did that come from? And then she don't even remember what she was saying because she was in the heat of the moment. That's a red flag to me.
What word was that, Tony?
Well, I mean,
The F word.
I mean, you're making love to them, and then they start saying like, "Oh, mofo," and all this. They
Oh
start,
yeah. What
oh,
the?
they start saying things that brothers would normally say, right? And it's like, "Whoa, where'd that come from?" Because it's like, "Whoa, what's this? How'd you know that?" That's a big red flag, for me. Because they
I've never
supposedly
thought.
have the low body count, but then they actually have a higher body count than you thought they had. That's
Oh
when you're
my
like,
god.
"Oh, goodbye, see you."
I've
I
never
got
come
something
across
for
a
that.
chick that says mofo when smashing.
Yeah,
That's
I
just
was
the
shocked too.
next.
And this girl was from Sasebo, so I was like, "Whoa,"
No, when they start acting like they've been watching what was it, Real
Loving,
Housewives of Atlanta or something like that, or
loving,
Love and
loving
Hip
hip hop.
Hop, and they start acting like they're black and all this stuff and want to fight
Yep,
other girls in the club for a dude.
cut them off.
Yeah,
Because in other words, what I'm getting at, guys, is this: anything that they're going to do that goes against what a Japanese woman would normally do. I'm not saying that they all think the same and act the same, but you know what I mean. Japan has a very strong culture, so if they're going to go against something that you like, wait a minute, and I know a lot about Japanese, and a lot of us up here do. It's like that's not normally what Japanese girls would do. So why are you doing this? Then you start to put two and two together. You're like, oh no, this ain't going to happen.
Mm,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. It's just like recognizing a brother that's a simp. When you know what I'm saying, when you see brothers out there and then all of a sudden they start breaking down, you're like, yo, you was rolling hard. Now why you simping? What's up? They would probably think the same way about us. And
Mm.
if you flip the script.
Yeah, let me tell you this, right? We have a stream coming up regarding dealing with feminine women. I don't blame why men start simping because when a feminine woman comes into your life and you have no experience in dealing with one, you start simping. But we're gonna have a stream about that very soon. But I don't want to go too in depth into that, brothers. I see Phil with his dog.
Ah, Theo
Hello,
got the dog. There you
Inu.
go.
Inu.
Inu. Yep.
This is QT, and she came with me from Japan.
Oh,
Ah,
So
nice.
yeah,
why
so
didn't
I
you?
speak to her in Japanese every day.
yeah, we speak Japanese to our dog too. She knows Japanese commands, and we just picked up a
Yeah,
new dash hound today too.
Dotson.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
she's a Dotson. So
yeah.
yeah, that's my thing. So I mean, when I brought her on the airplane, I had to keep on speaking to her in Japanese. She didn't understand English, so it's been this way. So I've had her 13 years now, and so Japanese every day.
wow.
Wow,
Wow.
13. Jeez.
Wow.
Um, what brand of dog is that? Is that German Shepherd?
No, it looks like no, not a German Shepherd. No.
What is it?
That's a pretty expensive dog right there.
This is a
What?
very expensive gun. So this is a long-haired English cream Dachshund. So long-haired Dachshund. This is
Yeah.
$2,000. I spent 200,000 yen on her in Tokyo.
Hmm.
It's extremely high priced. but she was pick of the litter. So she's 13. She doesn't have her beautiful hair anymore. I mean, it's longer. I had to cut it. But when she was younger, she was stunning. She's absolutely stunning. I mean, she was just a beautiful dog. So anyway, she's been with me since Japan. I got her right after my wife died. She's been with me ever since.
Why didn't you get a Shiba Inu? They're quite cute, the Shiba Inus. Why didn't you buy one for you?
Moyada Shiba Inu down there. I don't. They're everywhere. There's so
What
many
does that
Shiba
mean?
Inus.
It means he says that you see them everywhere. I don't want one. They're all over the place.
Yeah. They're like I didn't care. Like these dogs were rare. This was like something unique. So it's like okay, let's get something unique. Right. But she's small. Well, she was smaller when she's a bit big right now, but she was very small when she was a puppy. So yeah. Good personality, very, very aggressive. I love playing with her. She's very fun.
She's probably territorial too, Theo. So if you bring some females over there, she's probably like, "Yo, what are you doing here?" Yeah, dogs get that way too.
I brought over a girl one time in Japan. I brought her over to my place, and Cutie went right up to her, just walked up to her feet and bit her. Damn. That was it. I mean, she was like, "Get out of here."
Yeah, they're very territorial.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for that, brothers.
Anyway, she's a good dog.
Shout out to Sean C2K for the $2 super chat. He says, "How long can you stay in Japan? 30 days, 90 days."
90 days. The visa to Japan is 90 days with no visa. So you just get on the plane. As soon as you get to the airport, they stamp your passport. 90 days from that, you got to be out of the country.
Thanks for that, brothers. Let me bring in J Bones. How you doing, J Bones? You okay, brother?
J Bone, what up?
What's up, J Bones? We cannot hear you. J Bones, you there? Log back out and log back in, J Bones. I think you must have audio issues or connection issues. Is that a different dog now, Theo? What dog is that?
Yeah, this is Chewbacca.
You got another one, Chewbacca.
Yeah, because I can't spend all the time with Cutie, so I gotta have some Chewbacca. Yeah, of course. I think J Bones is having problems with Team Latina. What can I say? And those women, no, they don't have good IT, but Team Asia has really good IT support, right? And the systems are working correctly. There's no problems, So that's why we're going to rock with Team Asia.
That's right. No problema, man. No problema.
No problema. Yeah.
So what brand dog is that? Is that German Shepherd?
No. This is a Yorkshire.
Yeah, that's a Yorkshire. Yeah.
Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I gotta get his haircut. My my BMW is in the shop, so it's being repaired, and I can't take them out to get properly groomed. Oh. So I gotta get them fixed. Gotta get everything fixed before I go to Brazil. So just trying to get it done.
Yeah.
You're going to Brazil next month, right? Or 2 months from now?
No, January.
December.
Okay.
Yeah,
man, I love that hotel you stayed in at too, man. It reminded me of the hotels we stayed at when we go to Japan.
It was only like $200 a night.
That's
but
nothing.
It's nothing.
That's nothing.
It has a kitchen.
What?
It has a dining room. It has a living room.
It's a suite.
Yeah.
Did you guys just say $200 a day is nothing?
Yeah, did you see the amenities? Did you see the hotel? I actually checked the website. The pool, the set out, the location. Because Sao Paulo, the traffic is horrendous, right? You literally have to take. They go to work in helicopters in Sao Paulo, by the way, and they actually call it São Paulo. That's the Portuguese, São Paulo, right? They actually take the helicopters all over the place, man. You ain't never seen that many buildings. There's not a city out there that has more buildings, skyscrapers than São Paulo. It's crazy.
I want to see. Cause I didn't really see it the last time I was there. I only saw a limited part of it. I didn't know how big it was. Because it was the same thing for me in Tokyo. I didn't really start understanding how big Tokyo was until I was there, like my second year. So I want to go to a nice place. Now, just so you know something. Sorry, IP. When I was younger, like, sorry guys. When I was younger, I would.
It's the dog hair, Theo.
It's a dog hair. I know. when I was younger, I would be in like hotels that would only be like $25 a night.
Mhm.
So even when I was in London, that's the way. That's the way it was.
That's-
But later, when I became more successful, 100,000, 150,000, that's when I started staying in 5-star hotels that were rather expensive, $100, $150 a night. Now, the way I look at it when I go to a hotel is I just look at the best room.
Yep.
And if it's not the quality that I want, I just choose a different hotel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
So
that experience is so important, brother. Because I take my family to nice hotels all the time. I'm telling you, man, it's such a beautiful experience. Like we stay in Vancouver, we stay like the Pinnacle. Sometimes we stay at the, different other places, or the Empress in Victoria. It's just the treatment, man. Just the convenience of it all, brothers. Let me tell you something here. There's nothing better than seeing my little boy or my wife go in a nice hotel and go get something to eat out of the buffet or something, and they come back with the food in their hand. That just brings joy to my heart, man. That's what it's all about.
That's what's up.
I agree.
Both,
I'm saying I agree. I don't want to worry. I want convenience. I want the internet to work. I want protection in case there's something wrong in the city. I want to make sure that there's nobody coming in trying to kill me or something like that. So I go to places that have armed guards. I'm well protected. I got food. They can do the food delivery even at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Because maybe at 4 o'clock in the morning I'm working, right? I'm working with the U.S. So they're like, yeah, you want carbonara at 4 o'clock in the morning? We could do that. So that's the level you need to be on, but that's later on. Then first, we need to get you out of the UK, into a country where you can make real money. And then start working on you after that. Because
get out of the UK, get to a mud hut first, and then we start working from that.
Yeah.
Get off the tube, mate. Get off the tube. Yes.
You're not going to make it until you get out of the UK.
Yeah.
Damn, seeing the salaries in America, Japan, the high taxes here, UK, it's just appalling what's happening here. It's sad. But Thomas, me, Thomas, Aaron B, we're holding on, brothers. We're holding on. So we're holding on. Let me bring in J Bones. What's up, J Bones?
Hey, J Bones.
J Bones.
Yeah.
What up, New York? What up, New York?
New York. New York. New York. New York. New York. New York.
Brooklyn to Manhattan. Brooklyn to Manhattan.
That's that last song, right? New York State of Mind too. New York. New York.
Yeah, because I'm from Philly, man. We got heavy accents, but New York, man, the New Yorkers got the big accents, man, with the nasal.
I'm from New York, man. I'm from New York, man.
Yo, man. The Yankees.
New York, man. Hey, yo, pass that ish right there, bro. You go, bro, man. Pass that ish right there, bro. I'm smoke that ish right there, bro. Man. Jay, but we can't hear you, man. I don't know what's happening with your audio today, man, but please fix it, brother. Crazy live stream.
Yes. And I just want to say, while I got a chance, man, I always enjoy getting up here with the brothers, man. And I like my neighbor, the neighbor right around the corner from me, man. The way he kind of reached out to me like this on the platform, man. He's a good brother. Like I said, he's one of those brothers that listen and that followed my lead, man, on this, man. I just gave him some little good advice, and he went ahead and ran with it. And now his brother's a high value male. And he's not looking back. He's not looking back at all, man. He's got a good life. Drives some nice automobiles, lives in a nice home. His funny thing is about this brother, his house is the same color, because we both bought in the new community. That's where we met. And his house is the same color scheme as mine, and it's the same shape. It's just a little bit different outside, but still inside it's the same shape. The rooms are the same. Everything's the same, man. So that's what's funny, that we're both brothers and we both bought the same kind of spot.
Yeah. I love hearing brothers getting that money, doing well, living good lives, eating good food, beautiful woman by their side, having that 401k. That's a life right there, man.
Brother.
If Theo and Tony can do it and create a code, any brother can do it, man. So this channel here, we're pushing brothers to become high value as possible. I know brothers are going through a lot. I know we're going through a lot, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, but brothers, keep positive. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel, right? What you're going through now, that is pretty bad. 5 years from now, 6 months from now, even 2 months from now, you won't experience that anymore. Just be positive, brothers. You know, and Theo will tell you that as well. Theo's been through a lot. I'm happy the brother Theo has bounced back.
Theo's been through a lot, brother.
He's happy now. He's smiling, making good money. Theo's been through a lot, you know. And I want to say, Theo, you know, I know you've been through a lot, brother. You know, we're here for you, brother. This platform's here for you, Theo and Tony. Appreciate what you've done. Happy seeing Theo smile again. I know he's been through a lot, but Theo,
he's been through some.
Okay.
And that's what we brothers are here for, man. We're here to support each other, man. We're here to have a platform where, because that's what I like about the King DJ. You know, I remember that's what I miss about being in the Air Force, man. I miss the brothers, man, the camaraderie, because automatically brothers we just connected because we knew ain't no daggone body else cared about it. They trying to write us bad reports and the good old boy network, man. You know, in the military, you can't even talk with 3 or 4 brothers. Like if we were like this, they'd be looking out the buses. Yo, man, well, why y'all talk? What y'all talking about, man? What are y'all talking about? You know, they're so scared. Because they know that we too black and we too strong, brothers. Too black, too strong. When I lose a race, I lose because I let you win. I ain't losing because I had to lose. I lose because I let you win, just to get on your good side.
Oh man, I love this community, man. I love this community we have right here, man.
Yes, this is better than a TV show, brother. Trust me.
Yeah. So the way that I think about it is that we have to be on here talking and networking. And that's one of the good things about COVID is that we kind of had to use YouTube to actually reach out to other people. And so the one thing I like about it is I'm able to give my brain dumps here and show other brothers like this is really possible. And again, if I team up with Tony in particular, then it gets reinforced. Because when I tell people like, you can go to Japan and do cloud computing, it's not hard to do, and this is the Japanese how you do it, they're going to look at me like I'm an alien for the most part, and especially brothers. They're going to think, that's impossible. But if I got Tony here saying, you could do it, he's doing it, he's programming the apps, and then other people are coming on and saying that they're doing it too, then that conversation changes, and people think it's more believable, and they're thinking about how to actually do it. And that's the kind of conversation I want to have and promote.
Yes, because a lot of brothers, what they need to understand is this. A lot of us, like myself, grew up in a single parent home, right? I know my parents divorced when I was 4. So a lot of us young brothers, especially, they don't have any other guys really to talk to out of this platform. They don't have any brothers that they can come in contact with, especially if they're living in the hood. Like I grew up in Philly, we're living in St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit, the hardcore cities, man, even the South, Miami, ATL, even LA, right? They're living in these spots where they don't have a lot of good brothers that represent us. But when they come on this platform, they can start to see, oh, I didn't even know I could do that. Like the King DJ might be going through this, where when I was in the military, I got out with a college degree. I was like, okay, where's my job? But I didn't know nothing about no occupation. I didn't know what was out there. But since I've been out in the market, I know what's out there. I know which way to go. I know what needs to be done. And this proof because my neighbor who just got out the military not too long ago is now a high-value man making well over 6 figures a year. So it is doable, brothers. It is doable. And that's what this platform is here, is to talk to other brothers and say, yo, brother, no, forget that. F what you heard. This is the way it got to work. You know?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And actually set expectations. And then also teach brothers the way they should be thinking about international. I mean, again, how many times have we heard guys talking about like big booties in Asia? And we're like, no, man, stop that crap.
Stop.
Like you just no. Like you can talk about forks in Asia, like do they use a fork versus chopsticks? Okay, that's a conversation we can have. But big booty doesn't happen because they're not fat.
No.
Right?
No.
So
exactly, because the end product should be, brothers, is with this whole thing, end product should be is you waking up in the morning and you looking over to your Japanese wife or your Latina wife, whatever, and you know they're feminine, and guess what? They got that belly on them, ready to deliver your babies, and they're going to take care of your babies. I don't care what they say. They may act like in our country that's not a big deal. No, brothers, the end product, it does feel good. I'm here proof. It is a beautiful thing to see your wife that you know you're supporting, that's feminine, that's supporting you with that belly, getting ready to deliver your babies, and you know she's going to take care of them.
Yeah, that's the life right there, brothers.
You are definitely the big daddy, in your house.
And that's why I have a lot more financial streams coming up on my channel. I've had a couple on real estate, a couple of days ago, I had one on creating your own food store. And I know brothers who have food stores make a lot of money. And I hope to see more brothers watch that video. Very low views, but brothers are more interested in women, which is fine by me. But to travel to these countries and live good lives, you need to have your money right and your money straight. So don't forget that, brothers. You want to say something to King DJ?
I do. I wanted to ask you a question. Well, for both of you guys, you said that are both of you guys living in Japan right now?
No. I'm living in the Seattle area. So I'm
Oh,
married to a Japanese. I've been married to her for 14 years. I lived in Japan 11 years though.
oh, okay. Because I was like wondering, because at first I thought you were living in Tokyo, so I was like, why would you need like a, you know, to wait to come to Fuke? You know, what I mean, and, also, I'm not 100% sure this is true, but I've been hearing about this. When it comes to marrying Japanese women in Japan as a civilian, when you get divorced, you don't have to worry about like alimony and all that stuff. When you separate what you come with. So that's another plus. You don't have to worry about. I don't know if they even do prenups here. So that's another thing where you don't have to worry about that. Where you have to worry about in America, because
Yeah.
the questions are really for women in America. So even if you have a prenup, you probably might still lose some stuff. But over here, if you were to get a divorce, women aren't really checking to steal your money over here as well.
No, if I can expound on that. See, I was divorced once in Japan. And so I've been through that experience. I mean, I've been married to 3 Japanese, but once a divorce in Japan. And so here's the thing. They don't ask for nothing because like I said earlier in the stream, Japan's a giri society, which is an obligation society. So even the Japanese woman, they don't want nothing from the husband because they feel like if the husband's paying me money, he can always knock on the door and say, yo, can I get some? Because I am paying. She feels obligated to do the things that she does not want to do with this man anymore. But hey, he's giving you money. And in the back of their head, wait, this guy support me somehow. So I owe him something. That's just the way they're built. They're just built that way. So yeah, you can get away with not doing anything. Now, if I'm a brother, would I try to make a habit out of it? Of course not, because eventually what will happen is they will catch up to the system. And you know the way Japan works, the King, you've been over there for a while. All they need is one story, negative story of an American not paying, supporting the kids that they have with his Japanese wife, and they will all of a sudden start changing the laws on that for Westerners. They will. That's how Japan works.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to make it like a bad habit. I was just trying to let the world know,
No, I know you wasn't. I was just saying that, I know you ain't that way. I'm just saying if people want to make that a habit, then they have to understand that the Japanese will change the law on the quick, on the heart.
They're quick they want us here, I can tell, but they're quick to kick us out because you can tell by just even going to their convenience stores. They only used to give you, the chopsticks when you would buy the meals in convenience stores, but now they're giving us like spoons and forks and stuff like that instead of using chopsticks. Like I'm so used to using chopsticks here, I deny the spoons and forks like that, and they're just looking at me like, this dude. I know he asked for spoons and forks, so like a lot of places are starting to switch over to that in Japan. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I mean, if they tried that crap to me, I'd be like, Hashibakario.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah.
フォークめんどくさいだよね。もう箸お願い。今早くや。くれよ。
Exactly.
I'd just be like, I'd be like totally on them on that. Like I wouldn't even accept that crap at all. If they say that.
Is that offensive for someone to give you a spoon and fork instead of chopsticks in Japan? Is that offensive?
It's okay. I can speak on that. What it is see what we hate, and we love a lot about Japan, but one thing we don't like is when they assume that we don't understand something. When they assume that just because of what we are, that they have to treat us a certain way. They have to be forced to treat us a certain way. I see this happen a lot around the bases for the most point. Again, you got to where my wife's from. I would never have that experience. They would never treat me that way. But I mean, I've been around enough military installations to know, oh man, what are you trying to do here? So yeah, it just annoys you because you're like, look, dude, I know how to use chopsticks. What are you giving me a spoon for? Not said, not a baka,
Yeah.
Especially when you speak Japanese to them, they're like, oh man, I messed up. Now you can tell they genuinely feel like, dang, I messed up. Like they in their whole hearts, feel like you know, like they messed up. It's not one of those like fake things,
No,
you know,
they
like
got it messed up.
yeah. So
Yeah. I had that same experience in Tokyo. It's one of the things like you kind of have to establish yourself that you actually know what you're doing. Like
Yep.
you know you're down, but once you establish yourself, they're kind of like, okay, we understand.
yeah,
Like,
and once
cool, you're part of us.
yeah, once when that area sees you enough too, they already understand. Like there's a Family Mart that's right next to my apartment complex, and I go there all the time. And they yeah they know me by now, like, you know, because I go there so much, so they know exactly what I'm probably gonna get, you know. So yeah, they don't even give me spoons or forks anymore. So
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's good. Yeah, that's good. That just irritates me when I go there and they do that. I'm like, yeah, hashi chodai. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, hashi,
Yeah.
hashi.
Yeah.
English Phil. What does that even mean?
No,
English.
hashi means it means a chopsticks. Ohashi is chopsticks in Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you should know how to use chopsticks properly before you get on the airplane.
Yes, you should.
Like,
You should.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's simple. It's very simple.
it's simple.
You
So
can do
like,
it on YouTube.
My 8-year-old uses them all the time at home, and I do too. I don't like eating with forks. I rarely eat with forks, even in my house. I rarely eat.
yeah,
with forks.
I don't eat with forks either. I eat with hot chopsticks. I mean, it's just so much better.
Yes.
Have you guys hit on food before?
Have we what?
Have you guys hit on food before?
Hate on food?
Yeah, like have you guys talked about food before? Like
No, we should. Yes.
okay. Okay, so just one example. Sushi. I swear. I when I lived in Okinawa and all they do is fish. All they do is fish. I ate so much like cheap sushi. And the Japanese people will tell me like, yo, this is cheap. You need to start eating like better value sushi. And I'm just like, this tastes so good. What do you mean? So I did taste it. And I'm just like, oh man, this is amazing. I go back to Atlanta and they give me this overpriced sushi. And I'm just like, yo, this tastes like trash. Like I was, I spent more money buying sushi in Atlanta than I did in Japan for like a simple plate of sushi. And I was just like, yo, what is this? Like, I was so mad. I was like, never.
No.
Shout out to Israel Davila for the $499 super chat. He says, by the time I graduate and get my degree in technology, I'll be 30 years old. Is that good to find a wife and settle down?
Let me hit him on this. Brother. Oh,
yeah.
Israel, brother. Look, man, I met my wife when I was 43. She was 21, dude. They don't care how old a man is. They don't care. You just be your man. And for you, it's easy, man. Just be a man, man. You ain't got to worry about it.
The older the
better. Yeah. You're more established. You're more established. They love it because you're established. You know, they listen more.
Let me bring in Jay Bones. Jay Bones, have you fixed your audio?
Jay Bones.
Mr. J Bones.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you.
Hey, now.
No problemo, man. We got you. No problemo.
How you doing, bro?
Man.
Hey.
I'm sorry, actually, man. Oh, can you hear me?
Where are you? Yeah, you got some weird background. Are you flying through space or something?
Hey, brother, dígame por favor.
You got some weird. What's that back? Hey, let me put you on mute. Yeah, bro, you got some weird background going on, bro.
Yeah,
what does it sound?
Sounds like some spaceship.
Yeah, it does, man. Like Sputnik or something, you know?
Yeah. Oh my god. Hey, you Team Latina dudes, man. Why are you trying to sabotage the stream for with your awful background noises? Hey, I'll put you on mute.
Hey, I want to say something about that Team Latina thing, man. I know I'm gonna get on it, but I know Israel's up here. He's of Mexican descent, and I want to just give another shout out, man. Now I know a lot of these women, some of them are feminine, Mexican Americans in the States. I think we need to give these ladies a respect, man, because a lot of them are beautiful and they don't even get told that. And a lot of them are good ladies, man. I met a lot of good ones in California, Arizona, New Mexico. So that's all I had to say about that, man. You know, you don't have to go too far to find a nice feminine Latina in the U.S.
Especially,
yeah, I kind of agree with that. And like people are always talking here, like, you know, like build the wall and stuff. And I say, wait, Mexican women are sexy and they make tacos. Let's think about this real quick.
Yes.
Like,
and they do make good wives too. Yes.
They make good wines. Yeah, bring them over because that's some good thing. Like we actually need some of that here. And then the men work to death and they build things that other people don't want to build. I'm like, I can't be hating on that. So yeah, I'm going to Brazil. Who knows? I might find an amazing Brazilian, and that's it. I'm on Team Latina for a while, secretly wishing that I was on Team Japan or Thai. I don't know.
We don't care where you end up at, brother. We still love you, man. We don't care where you end up at. We know we just go back and forth. You know, I'm actually related to Mexican people, man, in the U.S. I got some relatives that I found online that I'm actually related to that are of Mexican descent, but I'm related to them. But I tell you, if I could say this, to me, the most feminine women in the U.S. are Mexican American women, bar none. They are that are from the U.S. because they're Americans, bar none. They are Americanas. So they are to me the most feminine in the U.S. and they're so underrated that it's crazy.
Yeah, you have to agree with that. They're wonderful. They're wonderful people. I'm here in Texas. We got plenty of them here around. Like I'm in an area that's actually Latino. And so, I mean, I have great respect for them, but oh well, I'm still getting on the airplane.
Yeah. If I couldn't leave the U.S., then I'd be hooked up with a Latina, a Mexicana, if you will.
Let me bring in J Bones again. Yeah, you got that weird background noise, J Bones. Don't know what's happening there. Yeah, it's gonna be louder. J Bones, do you mind dropping off the stream and then calling back in? Hopefully that fixes it. And check your background surroundings as well. Make sure there's no spaceship antennas that are still on that you're connecting to a different planet, bro. So please fix that, J Bones. Thanks, bro. All right. This has been crazy live stream. How long can you brothers stay on for? I don't want to take all your time. How long can you brothers stay on
I
for?
think I'm good for about 5. I got another 5 because I'm trying to put my boy in the bed soon.
Okay. I think we'll go on 5 more minutes. Hopefully J Bones fixes his issue. But on that note, I want to say a huge thank you to Patty and Theo for taking the time out to do this stream.
Is that a third dog?
Another dog.
Yeah.
How many dogs you have?
Is that a German Shepherd?
3.
No. Sorry, man. I just noticed that. I was like, whoa, that's a different looking dog.
Is that a German Shepherd?
Oh, that's
Dotson.
a Dotson.
That's a Dotson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's the way Cutie used to look when she was thin and younger.
Oh. When she had a waistline.
Yeah, she had a waistline.
Theo the dog man, huh? Theo the dog man.
Yeah, it helps. That's something that Kevin Samuel says, like, stop buying dogs, go out and get a wife. I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. So.
All right. Thank you, Theo and Tony. I think I'm going to end the stream by you brothers stating your last points. I think we'll end the stream with you brothers just to clarify the live stream topic, add in any more points, encourage brothers to get out there to Japan. So I think we'll start with Theo to say his last closing statement. Go on, Theo.
Hey, I had a good time. This was very fun. Definitely enjoyed this topic. Again, the thing with Japanese women when you're sealing the deal, when you're dating them, is to go with the flow. Don't be needy. You have to maintain frame. Don't be needy. Don't be like, yeah, I'm going to get some tonight. Nothing like that. You have to be thinking long term. You want to be thinking about how the flow is going to be working. Kind of like Bushido. You're thinking about what your place is in life and how you're moving forward. And if you're doing that and you're really cool, you're going to get a dime woman. She's going to be absolutely unbelievable, the best woman you've ever had before in your life. So that's what I always say to you guys. Like, don't be going out and be like, I'm going to go to a club and go get some. It really doesn't work with that. And not only that, just one last point is, if you learn how to get a Japanese woman, which is actually really easy to do, you're going to be so much better with women globally. It's just easy afterwards to pick one up after another in different countries. That's why, like, after I started dating in other countries, after my wife died, it was just so much easier. I was like, yeah, this is simple. So they're the great training area. Anyway, I'm going to drop down. I had a good time, and I look forward to the next live stream. Good talking to you, Tony. I'll see you again.
Thanks,
and,
Theo.
hey,
thanks, brother.
I'll see you again, King DJ. Talk to you later.
Thanks for that, Theo. Look after
brother.
yourself, brother. Heal well
Thanks, brother.
from your
Yep.
injury, bro. Tony, do you have any last closing statements, brother?
Yeah, I enjoy this as well, brother. And I like, people like the King DJ, man, up in here, J Bones and all of them guys. I'm always out here to help the brothers out, man. Like I said, with Japanese women, I've been married to my wife for 14 years, man. And, I look young because of my wife, man. My wife takes good care of me. I take good care of her. I don't have to worry about the stress, the drama. She's taking good care of my children. I ain't got to worry about her painting her nails. And one woman, they scream, and then she going to forget about them and continue to paint her nails. They cry, she get up and go take care of them. So it's just no drama, brother. There's no stress. And like you said, if you want to really set up with a Japanese woman, just remember the harmony. Just keep it harmonious. Don't rock the boat. Just go with the flow, man. And it's just going to be a natural process of you getting in a relationship with them. And before you know it, you turn around, you're married to a beautiful woman for 3 years already.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Mr. Tony Berry. Thank you, everyone who contributed to the live stream panel. I will see you, brothers, on my next live stream, which is in 2 days. I think it's with Tony Berry again, where Tony Berry will be breaking down what young men should be doing to in this world to become a man financially, spiritually, physically, mentally. I'm looking forward to that stream. That should be very interesting. And that should be on, I think that's tomorrow, actually.
That's
for you. I'll send you the link. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So on that note, brothers, thank you very much for your time. The Cash App is open 24/7. So if you want to support the channel after the stream, hit the Cash App. And of course, please like the video. Please subscribe. When you subscribe, hit the bell to always to get notification when I go live, post a video, and anything else on my channel. And of course, please comment on this video once it drops on my channel. Comments help out push this video for the YouTube algorithm. We want to get more brothers on this movement, on this platform to save them. Remember, we want educated brothers on this movement. We don't want no Pookie Ray Rays, no Tyrones, no idiots. We want the educated brothers on this platform so that there are options out there in Japan, in Germany, Costa Rica, and it's only for a small segment of like-minded brothers, the white-collar working brothers and the blue-collar working brothers. We are Team SYSBM. We are pushing out that movement. Save yourself, black man. It means that black men come first in our community. We are moving away from the global black community. Forget about the US black community. Forget about the UK black community. Move away from it and save yourself. F Keisha, F Tyrone, go your own way and build something great for yourself, brothers, and for other brothers that think like you. All right, time is running out. Literally, it's almost the end of 2021. We're literally 2 months away from 2022.
Yes.
This year has literally flown past. Have you brothers achieved your goals? Have you brothers actually achieved your New Year's goals? And let's be real, most brothers probably haven't, and if you're a brother that did, congratulations to you. But you got 2 months now to achieve the rest of your goals. If you set yourself to learn Japanese at the end of this year, you got 2 more months to go ham on Japanese, man. So when the borders open, you're set, Come on, brothers. Time is valuable. Time is of the essence. Time is something you can never, ever get back. So what are you doing now? Drop all the distractions. Stop watching Netflix for 10 hours a day. Stop watching Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Disney Plus. That won't save you. They're making their own money, brothers.
Yep.
They're making money off you. What are you doing, brothers, to make your lives better? Every time you spend watching all these TV shows, doing BS, you're not improving your lives in any shape or form. Have you made that passport application? Are you studying a new language? All right. And Tony will tell you, learn a new language, improve your lives. That's the only way you can do it. So once again, thank you to Tony and Theo. Much appreciated, brothers. Look after yourself, Theo and Tony. We'll see you, brothers, on my next stream. Tony, I'll see you in a couple of days' time, Tony. It's great speaking to you, brother. And everyone, look after yourselves, brothers, and peace out, brothers. I'll see you on my next live stream.
All right, brothers.
Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. Thank you, Tony.